It'd be funny. All right. That's a different podcast for a different day. There's nothing in here. 1125 is a weird number, Pat. I don't know why it's weird, but it's weird for the Operation Sledgehammer. Is it just to be different?
Yeah, so basically, the longest time there was just 2 standards, 1,000 and 1250.
Sure.
And now 1,100 has become the new standard. So people have those lists just to pull out, and I got this list, I have to do it. So if you do something just a little different, then they got to rethink their stuff just a little bit.
Pat's poking the eye of all the net listers.
Yep.
It's just a left testicle tap is what that is.
I'm fine with it, whatever.
Yeah. It's just annoying, but it doesn't, hurt. Anyway.
SNAFU. Situation normal. All fouled up. This is SNAFU.
All right. Welcome to another episode of SNAFU. Episode 89.
Woo.
Getting there. Getting closer.
Nice.
Inching towards that century mark.
Yeah.
Looks like we're going to talk about stuff that I didn't get done this year.
Oh, are we doing that?
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Forget
Yeah,
it.
happy-
Fucking hate this episode.
New Year, about 2 weeks after, hopefully, unless we celebrate.
Yes,
something.
happy
Wait, I
holidays.
think last year I said I wasn't going to do anything, so I
Abstained from doing... Yeah, probably. We'll talk some Operation SNAFU stuff and some other tournament stuff. So let's hop into it. Let's start with hobby. Pat, why don't you lead us off? What are you doing hobby-wise?
I wrapped a bunch of Christmas presents. I cleaned up a bunch of Christmas decorations. That's not really a hobby. I
Real
started
life shit, man.
Yeah, that was just life. The holidays get busy, so hobby doesn't get
Right.
much. I put together about 40 Napoleonic French
Nice.
guys.
We.
Yes.
Not C. Yeah.
No, the French, not the
Not the Spanish, yeah.
So, I did one test paint model, at least the overcoat, and great. The box I got, as I think I mentioned last episode, I was excited about getting to paint some other colors besides browns and grays.
That's browns and grays, right?
Yeah, the box I happened to pick up is like the Napoleonic era is like 1812, and they're in browns and grays. All their overcoats.
You didn't get the one blue army?
Well, at least when I get to the Cav, I'll have blues and whites.
You'll
and
have
reds
horse?
and stuff. Yeah, and
Yeah,
horse
okay.
and horse colors things,
Yeah, horse
Blue
colors.
horses.
Which are brown and gray.
which are brown and gray, black. They have black horses,
Black,
white horses,
white
so,
horses?
Yeah, maybe we should paint one as a Dalmatian.
Black
spots.
What? Okay.
White black spots.
It's called. Isn't that a Palomino?
That could be. I'm not up on my horses.
I'm like, all I want is I saw like a fire truck with a horse on the top of it now.
There you go.
Painted like a Dalmatian.
Why does the horse have to be on the fire truck? Anyway.
Well, that's what Dalmatians are.
Okay. All right. Why? Who makes their dog sit on top of the truck?
Firefighters?
Well,
I don't
at least
know.
ride inside the cab. Good
Well,
grief.
yeah, fair. I'm talking Rockwell paintings here anyway.
Okay. All right. Wow. We're getting really fancy. I have not done any Rockwell paintings.
Neither have I.
I have progressed a little bit on the factory and railroad board that I'm working on.
Nice.
I did get some rather large sheets of plastic card. Turns out I was actually in your neck of the woods there at Hub Hobby.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's an awesome place.
Oh, and speaking of awesome places, I totally missed an awesome sponsor from last episode when we talked about Operation SNAFU. So, taking time out here.
Yeah.
And a huge thanks to Kick-Ass Mail Order.
Oh, yeah, they're always good guys.
They gave some donations. They gave every player 25% off, or free shipping code, which is like $8, $9, $10. And then they also gave they gave swag for everybody. They had some dice and some candies and stuff. So
nice.
Big thanks to Kick-Ass Mail Order. It's so sorry that It was on the. So I had my notes for the sponsors, and they were under the fold of the paper.
Whoops. Yeah.
That's how I forget picking up stuff at the grocery store too.
Yeah, I mean shit on the back page too, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I folded it so it fit in my pocket better. Son of a bitch.
Whoops. Well,
Anyway, so I wanted to get that, make sure I got that in there. And yeah, making some pretty good progress on the board. I'm cautiously optimistic at how this is working out.
I shouldn't have said that.
I'm not sure how it's going to go when I get to doing the actual painting of the buildings and, having them be able to be pulled off and stored and transported without needing a semi-truck.
Just embrace it.
Yeah.
So,
We'll have to get the SNAFU flatbed.
right? Well, I'm not designing it to handle the wind speeds at freeway speeds.
Well, we'll just have to get like the trail car with the hazards on, and it just like
Jesus.
with like a clearance feeler to make sure it
Why
doesn't
just
hit
bring
any
it down
bridges.
with a forklift at that point?
Sure, you do that too.
Sure.
Hopefully, it won't be that heavy.
No. I mean it's foam for the most part, and it's all
Mine's actually going to be made from concrete.
lovely.
I'm joking. That would be awful. Just 50-pound bags.
It's an actual ruined building.
Yeah,
He's just bringing inch-thick plywood and dumping 50-pound bags of concrete mix on top of it. We're going to shape it up like little hills and stuff.
Well, there you go.
It's just a weird sandbox.
Oh, and then you'd finally have a board at SNAFU, which was one of your goals from last year.
Yeah, no, that won't happen.
If we had a clubhouse like the fellows at World Open Warhead, you could totally do a board like that.
Yeah.
It would actually be kind of interesting too. I would wonder how it would look. You could do some cool shit with it.
I mean, you could do anything you wanted to. It's basically just a sandbox. I mean,
Right. Oh, like I wouldn't use concrete to do that. I would use actual sand.
you should use actual sand for that. But
like one bad beer spill, and you're like, oh, that's how it's going to be
that's
set
a rock
forever.
now.
Yeah, that's now defined. No more. Yeah, it would actually be interesting. We're not going to do that though.
No. I did also get some. I did get to add to my pile of shame from Christmas. Got a couple of Stugs.
Nice.
Stug or
Nice.
Stugs? Which way you like to say?
I've
think
heard
it's Stug.
Stug.
I've heard Stug though, but
Stug sounds like the too close to Doug.
Doug the Stug.
Doug the Stug.
All the more reason to like it.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe.
So I got 2 of those kits, and then one other. I think. Oh yeah, German motorcycle kit.
Like a machine with sidecar.
Yeah,
Right.
like the little machine gun sidecar thing.
Nice.
So
It's a nice little cheap
stocking
armored
stuffer.
car. Yeah.
So I got stuff to do, and now we'll talk about that stuff later on.
Cool.
Okay, sweet. Dale, how are you going, hobby-wise, in the new year?
Better than in the old year. I mean,
Yeah.
let's see. I guess last time I recorded was quite a bit before Christmas.
It was beginning of December.
I finished painting 2 Christmas gifts. One was the Fellowship of the Ring. I painted up for my son.
Nice.
So that was just kind of a fun little project. His wife loves Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, so I got a Dwayne "The Pot" Johnson and painted that.
That looked
up
really
for her.
good.
That
was kind of scary how good it looked.
It turned out a lot better than I thought it would, and they came down with COVID right beforehand. And,
Oh no.
And so we FaceTime Christmas.
At least just before.
And
Right.
yeah, and when she loved it, so that was a big hit. So, and then I spent quite a bit of time just kind of reorganizing all of my stuff because I'm hoping to add to the Stalingrad board for Operation SNAFU. And so I kind of went through all of my current assets just to kind of get a sense of what I had and where everything was. And I've got the next 6 feet up here behind me. I finished building, I think, all of the components that I'm going to need. And I'm working on the layout now for the board, so making some progress on that. So, and then last week, I think it was last week, had a couple of you guys over. We played a little bit of bolt action, so I got in a game of bolt action, which was fun too. So yeah, it's been pretty good in the new year for me so far.
Cool.
Very nice. Rick, how about you?
I somehow managed to commit myself to paint a bunch of horse dudes. That's all I've done this month is commit to paint other people's models.
Awesome.
Doing commission?
Kinda. I obviously didn't see. Somebody posted the whatever the Italian dudes are, the Italian horse dudes.
Mm-hmm. The Italian slaughter cav?
Yeah, the slaughter cav. And he was like, I hate painting him. I'm like, well, I'll paint them. He's like, okay, well, I'll print you some, and I'll send you mine, and I'll send you yours, and you can send me mine back.
It kind of started out as like 30 horses.
Yeah.
And I think maybe I saw 40.
No, it's not. It's 90 now.
Oh, I hope he's got 5 years to wait for that.
Well, hopefully. No, I mean, I've been actually cruising through stuff. I've painted. I think I painted 30 models last month.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Not for bolt action, but I did paint a fair number of models. I mean, I painted 30 plus models to a fairly high standard. I intend to employ the slap chop here with 90 models. I think the biggest thing is I'm going to actually have to fucking put them together, assemble them, which might take a little while considering.
Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of luck with that when I tried the slap chop for bolt action. There's just too dark.
I don't mind dark. It's like it just makes them grimmer, but I guess I don't know how slap chop, the actual slap chop method versus what I was already doing. They're the same thing, but maybe I was bringing mine up higher than slap chop tells you to. Right, like my undertones are much brighter, which it makes your whole model brighter. That'd be my guess.
Okay, I'm interested. Great to see you painting again.
Yeah, it's. I've been painting a lot of white, which is obnoxious. I hate white.
Explains why you knew about the horse types there.
Yeah. I've been studying horse colors, and then got to figure out what Italian slaughter cav coats look like.
Probably gray.
I'm gonna guess so.
Gray or gray.
But there's 50 shades of gray. If you didn't know, there's
at least 50 shades of gray.
So yeah, it'll be fun to paint an ass load of horses. Yeah.
I only have to paint like 10, so I can get off. Easy.
Well, I mean, I could definitely. I might at some point. I might want more, so I might as well just get them all now and give him all his. So.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's almost I can't remember. I only know his username. What's his username?
Is that
One Eye. Yeah, One Eye. One Eye. I think he's almost done printing shit, and at least he's breaking it off the supports. That makes me happy because I don't want to have to break it off the supports too. So I think my hobby update for the next probably 6 months is going to be painting horses. It is also preventing me from diving headfirst into fucking other games that are coming out or being hyped to shit right now. Which is probably
I muted that channel.
I have plenty of stuff that I already can play with, so I don't need to go buy another army right now. So this is trying to what is this the weird addict's way of preventing himself from doing stupid shit?
Sure. Well, I think the first test is just apparently trying to find a book.
I got one coming, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, you must have got out early enough then.
Oh, I just know the people to talk to. I just asked the right store.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. So we'll have all the books, but
Osprey doesn't have it, so I don't have a chance.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. We got no insides at that company, but nonetheless, well, I'm sure between all of the guys in our group, we'll have all the books for it. But that's all I need is the books. I don't need to go buy 3 more shiny armies. That was my problem with that particular game, and we all know what game we're talking about here. I needed the new army. What is
There's
the new
at least
army
a couple
today?
people are going absolutely nuts that don't know which one we're talking about.
Because they have no. If they don't know what we're talking about, geez.
There's some youngins out there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need to feed anyone else's habits right now either. They can. They can find it.
There's a couple people who are just going nuts. Just say it. What is it? What is it?
Nope.
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 Nope. Anyway, so that's
It's
all
El
I've been working
Grande.
on. It's making
Kickstarter's delivering soon.
shady deals in the back room.
Nice.
How about you, Jeff?
I mean, I used to trade heads for that game in the parking lot, so.
I mean, I think we all did. It's definitely that was like that was more than just a habit. It's like a lifestyle for sure.
Yep. Only miniature. No, that's not true anymore. I was going to say it's the only miniatures I've ever sold in a baggie, but that's not true anymore. So.
Not when
Right.
Legion models come in little Coke bags.
Right.
Like, I swear to God, I've assembled some of those models and felt like if a cop comes in here, they think I'm a drug dealer.
Oh, totally.
Anyway, yeah.
Totally. Oh.
So, Jeff, what are you working on?
What the hell am I working on? Well, I can't remember if the last time we recorded I said I was printing somebody a black powder army, but I printed somebody a black powder army.
Nice.
Which was cool, but it was an ass. I mean, it was like over 100 miniatures, so I ran out of my resin, and of course it was the holidays, so getting new resin took longer than it should have. And then my in-laws' furnace broke, so I lost my space heater for my room because they needed it.
Oh, damn.
And one cool thing you learn is resin does not like being cold. Like, I can't get that sumbitch to print right under 65 degrees. So,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Aren't the printers enclosed as well to help with the heat?
they are, but I mean, you've got to get the ambient heat up in that room, and of course,
Okay.
it's in my basement.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get colder than 60 degrees, but it also takes a lot to get that room warmer than 65. So you generally have to have a good space heater running for about 2 hours to get the temperature up enough where it's safe to print. I did try to print with it at 65 degrees, and of course, half of it worked and half of it didn't, so then you got to clean everything out and start it over, and it's a pain in the ass. So, lesson learned, but yeah, I got all that printed. What else have I done? Printed some extra stuff for that other game because I can, which is fun.
For that other game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of the stuff needed adjustment trays, movement trays, things like that.
Oh, sure.
Which is good for the FDM printer to do.
Yeah,
That
get
game,
that
game that
that
should
thing
not
warmed
be
back
named.
up.
A game that should not be named. And if I wanted to fill out any of the lines of stuff, I'm not going to go buy a new army because I already said I wasn't going to spend money on it, so I'm just going to print my own, damn it.
You know, I haven't even pulled those down to see just how bad of a painter I was
Well, you should. It's good.
9 years ago.
It's good to remind yourself how far you've grown as a painter.
Oh crap! I'm gonna pull down and go. These are amazing. Go, oh wait, that was the army I won. That was pro painted.
You know, actually, I was actually pleasantly surprised by my painting, but I was also like, oh shit, I don't know how to add to this army anymore.
Right?
That was my biggest problem. Is like I don't.
What colors did
this
I
army
use?
set can't
Yeah.
do it.
Well, I mean, and that's a good thing, though. I mean, you don't have to add anything.
Well, but I have a box of shame of that particular game sitting in the basement of more.
Yeah.
Right. Like
I mean, I got a box of shame about 50 different games sitting here in my basement,
Yeah,
unfortunately. So
Name a game. Would probably have a box of miniatures. For
at
it.
least, right? So
Mars Attacks.
Well,
Do a box.
all quiet on the Martian front, yeah.
I have a bunch of Mars Attacks guys on my desk right now.
Awesome.
We need to
with
play
little bubbles.
that Moon, the Americans versus Soviets on the
Lunar,
Moon game
yeah,
again.
Lunar, that's a
thank
fun
you.
game.
That's that's the game that Jeff got, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Little skirmishy.
It came across my Facebook feed recently. I'm like, I've played that.
That was weird.
It's a fun game. I
It
really
was
like
fun.
it.
It was a fun
It's
little
quick.
skirmish.
I will tell that.
And it plays quick, which makes it fun to just throw down. And it's actually fairly side tangent here, of course, but it's fairly conducive to playing short campaigns because you can get 3 or 4 games in a night easy.
Sure.
Easy. Bolt action related, though, I unpacked all my stuff that we took to England finally, and a few of my miniatures took some authentic battle damage.
Ooh.
But the thing is again, that was a 3D printed army, so I ran a set of those through the 3D printer to replace my losses. Because
That's nice.
it's just easier to do that than try to
If only
glue
the
the
Germans
frickin'
could have
rifles
recovered
back
their.
together.
If only Germans could have recovered their losses that fast.
Well,
It was
I
scary.
mean, I'm pretty sure the whole Hitler and the Occult Society were working on that, but just ran out of time, thank God.
And
Or
resin.
Hellboy stopped them, whatever you like to believe.
They couldn't get resin from
Exactly.
right. That was the
Exactly.
problem. It was just they ran out of resources.
Ran out of resources, sure. So I've been filling some ranks back in of troops. Still working on a Sherman tank I have. I really want to try to do one real nice looking tank, and that's actually a little harder for me than you might think. So, so yeah, that's most of my hobbying there, and then trying to organize a table for the next SNAFU using as many pre-existing parts as I can, because I've got so. It's really hard for me to justify more boxes down here of tables. I've run out of storage a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a chance to play a team bolt action game with a couple of local guys that play bolt action here, and they're like, "Well, do we have any terrain?" I'm like, what kind of terrain do you want to play on? Because I can cover pretty much all of it." That was really fun to get a chance to play an actual, just like a fun list. Just that's the only non-competitive game I got to play this year.
Nice. How many Gurkhas were in your fun list?
I didn't have any Gurkhas. I was playing Marines.
Okay.
Nice.
So neener.
Playing the good guys, yeah, all right.
Yep. Spoiler alert, we tied.
That's
3 hours for tie. Well, team games, that
happens a lot in team games, especially if you're having fun.
Yeah, and we were having a lot of fun.
Right. And the best part about a tie is it means no one was getting their face stomped in.
Too much.
A couple units got stomped pretty hard.
Well, I mean, units should always get stomped, but it's much more fun to have a game end in a tie than end in, like, by turn 2, one side's just getting their teeth kicked in.
Right, yeah. Right. No, it's someone has been watching Bo's How to Use a Buffalo video and was actually doing really well with it.
Oh, sure.
What's
British buffalo?
How do you use a buffalo?
You have to watch the video.
Yeah, you have to watch the video.
Don't make me say it.
Understand that it's armored, and know how to get troops back on board. So he let his artillery observer do his thing the first round, and then
he hopped on board.
The third round, he was able to hop on board, so the troops inside could get out, and you still have enough men to man all the weapons on board.
Sure.
And it's got a lot of guns on it.
It does.
I know. A lot of guns.
Interesting.
So, no, he played it pretty good, and just couldn't get a clear shot at any point, and it stuck around. It torched some guys, and it was good. It was a lot of fun.
Cool. Very cool.
Well, when you're hanging out with Jason, Luke, and Nat, I mean,
hard not to have a good time.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is how Nat and Matt talked me into this Napoleonic thing, because just hanging out with them is a lot of fun. So
yeah, we don't know the first friggin' thing about playing Napoleonics, but
apparently it's painting grays and browns.
See, I picked a faction where it's all blue.
Ah, you bastard!
I know, right?
Yeah,
I just found the cheapest box that I could find.
There is that.
So for this kind of stuff, I didn't want to put in more than $150.
No,
because I'll probably play it twice. So
no, we're just playing to have some fun.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, but that's about all I can say I've done so far. More to come.
Sweet. Okay. Let's do some rule stuff then. Since
yes, sorry, I was reading the rule book.
You son of a.
Well, so I was trying to figure out. So at the World Open War tournament, they had the ruling in there about firing from dense cover that said you have to be on the edge of it, but then you still would be simultaneous if you're charged. And I'm like, I feel like I've read that somewhere before, but why do they have to specifically mention that part? And if you go to around page 57 where they have the colored boxes that no one reads where they talk about cover.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the rules that are aside rules. Yeah.
The rules within the rules.
Yeah.
Maybe those are like the expert level rules.
Wait, is this 57 in the book or 57 in the FAQ?
The book.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Oh, man.
Shots fired. So in the heading where they're talking about shooting from cover, models count as being behind a wall when they touch it. We knew that. Models count as at the edge of dense terrain when they are positioned within the dense terrain and touching its boundary. And their shots cross less than 1 inch of the dense terrain. So I've seen people interpret that, well, I'm within an inch of the edge, so I'm not taking the -1.
Oh, but that's not actually what it says.
But that's not actually what it says.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean? I'm not taking the -1.
So if you are not touching the edge of the dense terrain, and people say that they're within an inch of the edge. They're saying, well, my shot's not crossing within an inch, so it's not taking cover. I'm not taking cover from that, or you're not getting cover from that.
Oh, I'm shooting at you and you don't get cover because I'm within an inch.
Right.
Okay.
But there's an and before that part, which
not an
is
or.
Yeah, you have to be touching the boundary, and then the shot can't cross an inch. So if, like, you were up against the inch of a boundary, and on your right flank there was a unit, and your shots didn't go through an inch, but you're still touching the boundary, then you're ignoring the cover of that boundary.
What's a boundary?
The edge of where the dense terrain
An
is.
edge.
I mean,
Whatever
edge?
World Open War deemed that what the edge of the terrain was going to be.
I'm sorry, I'm just being.
They've
smart ass
taken
about-
they've taken
Well, no,
steps
it's-
to correct that.
They've done that. Yep.
It's one of the reasons it was hard to figure that out there because there wasn't defined
Unless
boundaries.
you're shooting back into the rough ground, or I'm sorry, not rough ground, dense terrain.
Mm-hmm.
When would you ever be touching the boundary and firing through less than an inch of the terrain, or
I
within
think
an
so.
inch
Like
of the
if
edge?
you've got a relatively straight edge of a forest or something, and you're all up touching the boundary,
Yeah.
and you're shooting units straight down to your right, most of those guys are going to be shooting through their own guys, and who are also going to be shooting through an inch of
more than 1 inch.
more than an
yeah.
inch of it. So if you had a guy,
Okay,
say you,
all right.
so like 90 degrees to your right or
Like
left,
they're flanking you.
right. Yeah, like truck rolls up, dudes bounce
So
out.
yeah, again, so you're shooting back into the dense terrain in a direction that isn't towards the edge that you happen to be, or the
Right,
boundary
right,
that you have to
right.
be in contact with. Okay, all right.
There you go.
Yep. So I mean that's and not or.
Right.
So I've seen that a lot, and then where did I find that the errata? Oh God. And then so basically it came down to the question about the guy being at the edge or had a millimeter of, and it was in the fact it said, okay, if there's a millimeter, then your charge is slowed. And then the FAQ actually said if they're actually touching the boundary, then roll a dice to see if it's simultaneous. And so clearly World Open War just took that roll the dice issue out and said, no, it's just going to be simultaneous.
Sure.
Sure.
Another part in the Girl Areas FAQ that used, roll a dice. Have
That's
fun with it.
That's always the best.
You know, and again, that's great when you're playing in the club with your mates.
Mm-hmm.
Not so
Right.
good when you're playing in a tournament.
Correct.
Yep, not as great.
I'm gonna throw a pin in something for a later conversation after we're done with this rule section. I just want to ask you about, but it can wait.
Okay. I've been pinned. Can I rally?
I don't know. Are you stubborn?
According to my
He's
wife,
kind
I
of
am.
a fanatic. Yeah.
Well, shit. Yeah, you could make it roll then.
Yes. I want to see if I can find this quick. Oh, good. Doesn't feel like searching the document. Well, anyway, that's what it said in the FAQ is roll for it, and it can be simultaneous. So I appreciate that World Open War took that effort, and I will be lifting that for my packet to update my packet as
Yeah.
well.
That's a good lift.
Yep.
Clarity is always a good lift. Even if you don't like it, clarity is always better than.
Yeah, like the
Not.
same thing with the ranging in indirect fire, and you give them a fire order, but they fail to check and they go down. Yeah, keep ranging in.
Right.
Being clear about that. Where somebody's like, "No, that wasn't a fire order." I issued it. They just didn't follow it.
Right.
But
Well, it's exactly right. Clarity is what we need.
yeah, and that's also something I've lifted from the World Open War pack because that's, if nothing else, if you can convince a player to read the pack and that portion of the FAQ, that's one less question you might get.
Exactly. And it's one less argument that might happen
Yes.
before they even ask you.
Yes.
Because, these things happen.
Interesting.
So get all the way to the edge of your dense terrain, fellas.
Yep.
But you don't want to fight
accept the
Simo.
penalty. Well, yeah, and if you're in it, then obviously you're reducing their charge
Right.
to the 6 inches.
So sometimes it might be advantageous to let them have the cover.
Yeah. Well, it's at least a choice you can make then.
Right.
Yes.
Understanding the rules
Woo.
helps sometimes.
Gotta love
That's-
them rules, baby.
That's all right. And the other one's still floating around, thanks to Case Blue, is
Fucking
heavy
hell.
weapon pen value. And we've talked about this, and I've seen. I've left at least 3 bolt action Facebook groups because I'm just sick of seeing this topic come up.
What is the actual question?
So they're trying to get their rifles to re-roll if they're Italian
the
because
Italian
they didn't
shit,
penetrate.
yeah.
It's like,
No, dumbass.
first of all, a small arms cannot damage an armored vehicle.
Doesn't have a pen value.
Does not have a pen value. You don't get one, and the pen values are only applied to armored vehicles. So there you go. Yeah, you're done arguing at that point. Well, you'd think. But no, so people are like, well, I'm getting it from the rear, I get it from the side. Like, those only apply to armored targets. Period. That's it. Now, and I guess the bigger argument has come up so let's assume none of these are small arms, which is say we're talking about heavy weapons, things that have a listed pen value of +1 or higher. Some people are saying that value should become from the printed value. If it's +3 or lower, it gets the reroll. Some are saying, well, no, it's what that modifier is during the damage roll, that if it's lower than +3, it should be.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Meaning if you have a heavy machine gun firing at long range, well, I guess heavy machine gun's a bad choice because it already has a +3.
Yeah.
So if you have something at a +3 that's like an AT gun, which is velocity based, and it's over half range, dropping it to +2, it should get a chance to reroll. And that's one of those that hopefully this rumored FAQ will address, because that can literally go both ways depending how you read it. But I would personally say it's weapons that have a printed value of less than +3. Your AT rifles.
That AP should be based on the printed value, not whatever value you get from good target selection.
I would agree with that as well.
But let's hope they decide it that way.
Well, until there's an official thing, it goes into my player pack that way.
Yep, that's all you can do.
That's all I can do, and I can share it with other TOs that run tournaments, and you fine listeners can feel free to take that if you feel I interpret the rules correctly.
Yeah.
And don't look for me on those Facebook groups anymore because I'm just done. Just done. Like, really, guys, come on.
Well, some people want to find every possible advantage they ever can, so.
Oh, my God, Mary Gurkas, why?
Precisely.
I saw that question, too, and I saw Russ Wright answered it. He's like, I always tell my players if they can find the historically correct model, then they can play it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you're not going to find a historically correct Mary Gurka.
No, they're two separate races.
Two different races. People, yeah. Yes.
Well, I'm gonna print an entire army of Maori daddies and Gurkha mamas, and I'll have them on my display board, and then
it's like a weird John Madden thing.
Yeah, do what you do.
Yeah, you see 90% of the game is half mental,
right?
You're saying that you're not wrong. Everything's mental, that's for sure.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. So, yes, going in my pack as that Italian rule, or I think there's one of the other minor nations that get that too. That particular rule applies to the published or printed penetration value only.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
That's the easiest to.
It's the easiest way because you're going into it. Okay, I'm only gonna get 2 rolls at this.
Yep.
If I need to.
Not some weird I'm over half. I guess I get it now.
Right.
Yeah, that's stuff.
And it rewards you for good target selection.
Right.
Yep, that's a thing.
Fun.
Cool.
That's it. Just 2.
I've not been part of any of these Facebook groups that are making you angry, or maybe I just don't read them. I don't know.
Yeah, that's less stuff that hits my feed, which is nice. Hasn't stopped Kickstarter though.
Those are the worst, man.
Nothing can stop Kickstarter.
I don't think so. I haven't ordered any this year yet, so
we're what, 12 days in?
Yeah, I know.
The hell, man.
Hey, I've broken a couple other New Year's resolutions, so I mean, whatever. I'm gonna stick to this one for at least another week.
There you go.
Nice.
Right?
Okay. All right.
Not very much available on Kickstarter at the moment, so.
Well, that probably helps.
Yeah.
They've all been busy too.
I was going to send something out to you guys to see if you guys would buy it, so I didn't have to. But I didn't.
It's my favorite, isn't it? You guys all bait each other into buying shit. This one looks like a good Kevin game. Oh,
Well, that's how I got Voidfall, which is freaking spectacular, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good get. So this
What was
one,
what was the one you got, Dale, at the same time?
Fractal.
Fractal. You got to bring that in.
Yeah, I only have 30 games now that I own that we haven't played yet, which is what's actually keeping me from buying anything more from Kickstarter. So it's on the list.
That's not even a pile of shame. That's a wall of shame.
It's a shelf of opportunity. Is what?
There you
There you go. Shelf of opportunity.
It's a new year. It's a new spin.
Shelf of opportunity. Okay.
That's much more positive than pile of shame.
Oh, I cleaned my hobby space off too. That was a big win for me.
It is.
That's a huge one, yeah.
It seems to just collect shit and then I have to like purge it again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mine seems to collect little broken plastic toys that the kid had.
yeah, I do that all the time where I have to. Yeah, I have a bunch.
Yeah,
of
I sit down. I sit down to paint, and then there's like 2 or 3 little ponies or carrying cases for this stuff. I'm like, okay, well, she knows where to put those to get them fixed. I guess it's pretty funny.
Right. Yeah, all that crap goes in my office too.
Well, you got times 4 of what I got, so.
In their little destructoids, they like seriously are on a destruction path through my house.
Well, that's probably because they're your kids.
Yeah, if that doesn't help, it doesn't help for sure.
They never had a fighting chance.
4
Oh, they
four
fight
is
all the
very
time,
different from 1. So
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's 3 more of them.
their destructive
But
natures come out.
It's not multiplicative. It's exponential.
Yes, it's definitely exponential.
Yeah,
100% exponential.
we had my sister over, her 4 kids that are about around Lizzie's age, and when they finally left after being here for like 4 or 5 hours, my kid goes, "It's so quiet in here."
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, it is, just because the noise went home.
All right, let's talk about this thing that I don't want to talk about. Actually, I don't know if I made goals this year.
These are the ones
goals?
you set from last year. I went back and gave our episode a listen through.
Son of a bitch! Someone was keeping track.
It's always Pat.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Who wants to be first?
Gotta take the good with the bad.
I'll go first. I'll set the bar low.
All right, Rick. You only set one goal. You wanted to make sure that you could get the goal achieved.
I love where this is going.
Uh-oh.
You were going to have your Indian army done.
Fuck! I didn't finish it. I got too distracted. This is my kids always blame other people for distractions. Yep, didn't do it. I went back and started working on Romanians and then other games.
You just wanted the one because you wanted to make sure you could get something finished.
Yeah, and I didn't get that shit done.
I left off the fact that you also wanted to get a table or 2 at, at SNAFU. You're like, oh, wait, don't put that on there because I want to be able to get something done. So just put the Indian Army. I will get that done.
Yeah. Goes to tell you, goes to show you how long shit takes. One eye, you better be ready for some. I'll start shipping horses by the by the tens.
Ship them 2 at a time.
Yeah. Okay, we got a long ways to go.
If he's still got some on the printer, he may want to rethink what he's already sent.
Oh no, he won't rethink.
Oh, he doesn't have my address yet, so
You can probably airbrush those horses pretty easily.
So I think I can actually, just depending on whether or not the legs come off, it'll make a big difference.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to mask a ton of legs.
Oh yeah.
That's anyway. Like otherwise, if they're just horses with saddles, I'll airbrush them and just paint the saddles and be done.
Yeah, that'd be
That'll
real quick.
Save me a shit ton of time. Yeah, make my palominos with some like some paint on them or something.
All right, who wants the next paint?
Shit. Oh, me again.
Done.
No, it doesn't work.
You're done.
You can embarrass me. It's my turn.
There we go.
All right,
I don't know,
Jeff.
You're pretty good at this.
Not this
Emphatically
year.
said he was going to do 0 new tables this year. He was only going to upgrade the ones that he had that were existing.
Now, to be fair, you probably said that before we knew our theme.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, he's like, well, maybe I'll just do 2. I'll just do 2 new tables, but I'll stop there. And then you had some Kickstarters that you'd backed that you were going to get all painted.
I did that.
Okay. Did you stick to only 2 new tables? I know you did upgrade your existing. I did see those.
I did only stick to 2 new tables, and then I upgraded a couple of the other, like all of the other ones. But only 2 were new.
Okay.
Nice.
I did good on that.
Yeah. All right.
I didn't say I was going to do anything else, did I?
You didn't want to.
Oh,
I
thank
tried to
God.
push, but you wouldn't say anything else.
Thank God I didn't say I was actually going to paint that Italian army, because I didn't do that.
Okay.
I bought boxes of those from John Russell 2 years ago now, and they're not put together or painted yet.
Perfect. Well, we'll get the goals for this year after this.
Sure.
So, all right, Dale,
What did I say I was going to do?
you said you were going to play it safe. You were just going to do 2 new tables like Jeff,
Uh-huh.
and then you were going to get your space set up for your Stalingrad tables.
Well, yeah, I got the space set up, but I
cleared out.
didn't do any 2 new tables. So
Okay. You didn't commit to any armies or anything, although I did go back. We talked about the previous year where you were going to get all your WTC armies together and how much that didn't work out. I thought that was a funny listen to. You realize when you got them assembled, and I think you said you had some primed, and the logistics occurred to you of carrying pewter pointy lances onto an airplane by the dozen.
yeah, I got the Polish Lancer list built and primed, and then thinking about that, and then last year I got the Japanese Spearman army built and primed, and started painting some of those before that got derailed. So
Yeah. So then here's what I said. I said I was going to expand my DAC and my 8th Army. I did do that.
Nice.
Expand on DAC is kind of loose because I did like 6 vehicles. But I did do a whole 8th Army for World Open War. I was going to revisit the boards I had and just make some changes based on player feedback. I did do that.
nice.
And I was going to play more quote-unquote fun lists. I got one game in after Christmas that was a fun list. But
Well, you made it just before the end of the year.
I guess I didn't even realize when I was playing that game that was in there. It was mine.
So, am I the only one that didn't make it?
Well, you only had one, so you
Yeah, I know.
didn't have a swinging chance. It was 100% or nothing.
That's true, actually. Good point.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it in that way. This time I'm setting 10 of them. Actually, 90 of them.
Was it 3 years ago we did the whole checklist thing? We should try and come up with one of those again.
Oh, Lord.
I don't have one ready for this episode, so it won't be now.
Oh, thank God.
So, but how about it? Well, Rick, what is your hobby goal for 2024?
Paint 90 horses.
That's a good goal.
If I can get that done, I'll be happy.
Right?
I should be able to get that done this year.
Are you going to do just the one goal again?
I honestly don't know what my...
Which army do you want to play? Your Romanians or your Indians? Knowing that there's a tournament coming up.
Or Italians. No, I don't actually know off the top of my head. I'm discovering that I don't think... I'm not excited about painting the Indians as much as I would hope to be. The modeling was super fun, but then the rest of it is just like not exciting. It's a good question. I'll make my other goal be play in 2 tournaments this year.
Oh, that's a good goal.
Whoa.
2 seems like a lot, though. 2 is going to be hard to do. Well, 1-dayers. How many 1-dayers do we have?
Does that mean I have to run at least 3 or 4?
Yeah. You have to run at least twice as many as that.
Okay.
If you do a small
have a
one,
shot.
Pat, I can and you show me how to do it. I can run it so you could play in it.
There you go.
Okay. There you go. Sure, we can probably find a 1-day or 2.
How about 2 bolt action events? They could be game days or whatever, like just something.
That's a good call.
Okay.
Like it doesn't have to be a competitive tournament. Just whatever a day, go to Game Center and
A couple of
hang
guys
out with the
commented.
fellas.
Remember back when I did that teams tournament where your partner changed every game?
Yeah.
We got some pretty good feedback about that.
Yeah, I would have loved to have been able to do that when I was out of town, or my wife was out of town for that one. I can't remember what it was.
It's usually one or the other.
We had freaking brand new twins too, relatively young twins at that point.
That makes that a lot harder.
2-year-old twins was enough to keep anyone grounded.
And awake.
Not typically awake.
Not a lot of sleeping with that.
Well, yeah, they're not sleeping anyway.
Well, if they're not, you're usually not.
Fair. Oh no, I've learned to sleep through kids jumping on my back and shit. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good skill to have. Yeah, that's my goal. There you go.
Cool.
Okay.
I may not paint a new army. We'll see. Right, I'll get a bunch of Italians done, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have all the ancillary pieces to make that army work right away. I gotta save my money for other game systems this year.
That shall not be mentioned.
There you go.
My hobby budget's already blown. Yeah, no, we'll see. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, Dale.
Yeah.
What, you gonna set any hobby goals for yourself for the year?
Let's see. I'm working on a goal right now. So some of us are trying to lose a little bit of weight, and because of as many times as I've tried to do that personally in the past, I've learned what doesn't work. And so for me, it's a really simple thing. I'm just trying to get on the scale every single day now at the same time, and kind of give some thought to what the scale is telling me versus what it was the day before and what I ate and that kind of stuff. Just to kind of learn a little bit about myself. I wonder if there's maybe something similar. I'm not going to be able to hobby every day. That's unrealistic.
Sure.
I know Miles, our friend, is working on trying to paint every day.
That whole 10 minutes a day thing.
And so, I mean, because if you think about it, I mean, getting on a scale is a super simple thing to add to your routine, not a big deal. But like even carving out like 10 minutes a day or half an hour a day, in addition to everything else that we all already have to do every day or whatever our current commitments are, I don't think that's realistic. So I'm going to try and do some hobby every week. Because right now I'm working on the boards and stuff like that.
Sure.
The board for Stalingrad. And so I put together a project plan for that and just kind of map everything out. So I figure like that might be a good way to go. And so, yeah, what I'm going to try to do is spend some time hobbying. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be working on the new Stalingrad board or painting a bolt action army. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to say that playing a board game counts because we already get together on Thursday nights and I already play a board game, so that's kind of wimpy. So we'll see. So I'm gonna try for that. Ultimately, with the goal being that I have one new Stalingrad board at Operation SNAFU for the upcoming year, which would be really cool. I think that would be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So. Okay. And before I keep going, let's just leave it at
that. Oh, you can keep going. That's fine.
Well, no, I have other plans. But again, I mean, everything kind of gets in the way of itself. And then something will come across my feed, and then I'll be obsessed about that for 3 weeks. Yeah.
So it's a real thing.
That's
and then paddle up in your face next January. That's that's the worst part.
So that's my downfall. I mean, we have hobby ADD.
Whatever you want to
gently caress.
Gently caress.
I was going to say, grind.
Oh God, that's not an image I wanted.
So let's go with that.
You twerk it in my face. How's that sound?
Perfect.
Gross. No.
Jeff.
Shoot. What do I want to commit to here? This is going to be a grind to do. I think the only goal, I'm only going to set one for myself this time, and I'm gonna I'll fucking paint that Italian army finally.
with the slaughter,
Begrudgingly?
with the horse cab.
I might print a set of the horse cab. We'll see. I'm actually more excited about other components that came out at the same time, but I might print the horse cab too.
The black shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, I don't plan on using 45 slaughtered cab at once, but if I do,
Right.
Good to have the option.
yeah, I figured I'm like only gonna have to do this once and not do it again.
Yep.
Okay,
I mean-
so I got Jeff down for that
Jesus,
Italian
there-
army.
There are 3 U.S. teams at WTC this year.
Nice.
Wow.
Breaking news.
Yeah,
know that-
sorry. It's
that John-
posted shit in
yeah.
the
If
Discord.
you're out hearing Discord updates while you're listening to this, you're not going crazy. That's our Discord updates echoing
Yes.
in
like
surround sound.
shit's blowing up in our faces right now.
I know John
Community
Ross has
is
been working on
interesting.
that, so
That'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, good for him. I never heard how I didn't check in how his tournament went. I should have done that.
Are we
He
talking
runs
Ross?
Yeah,
John
John
Ross?
Ross's
Yeah.
tournament that he runs down in Atlanta.
I would love to go to it. It's just right. It's like ours is the weekend before Thanksgiving. Theirs is the weekend after Thanksgiving.
It's tough.
Right.
There's
Timing's
no
tough.
way and fuck. Like, no way.
Well,
There's yeah,
we all just take our families to do Thanksgiving in Atlanta, obviously.
right?
Oh God.
Because I have no family anywhere in that part of the country.
Me either. That's why it works so well.
Yeah.
Sure.
You could. Do you want to pay for my 4 children? Because
I
yeah.
mean, no, but
You want to drive with my 4 children?
they're double
Because
go.
yeah, that sounds even worse.
We'll just rent an RV, right?
Dude, oh man,
Ugh.
yeah, that sounds awful.
I'm just trying to find ways to make the sound even worse. So
Not, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Thanks. Yeah.
Hard pass.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, got you down.
All right.
Italian army only.
All right, and I'll even commit to posting progress pictures. I'm not going to say once a month, but like maybe once every quarter.
Okay, fair enough.
Ugh.
Okay, good.
There's one caveat: if they nerf everything that came out in Case Blue, the bet's off.
As far as the alleged,
Because that's like the first thing
FAQ
that's got
coming.
that the Italians have gotten that didn't suck, and color me skeptical if they're going to let it stand.
Yeah.
They'd also
think
actually have to release a fax sometime in this year for that to happen, though. So
there's that. I'd imagine they're going to get a little kid glovey on them
I would assume so too.
because as are they're just not quite correct.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if there's significant changes for it. So
I'd be surprised
it's
if
the
it's
first-
significant, but
it's the first book that people are like, "This is cool. This is all right. Let's do something with this."
never underestimate how much they hate Italians.
Do you want to bet over unders on this? Because I think my expectation is that they will allow them to touch other units during their reform move, but it's not a free additional charge of 18 inches.
Oh, that's I was going to okay. That's a good guess. My guess was they're going to say they can do that double charge once per game.
That'd be another good option.
My guess is going to be the 2d6 regroup. If they touch, they can charge, but it's not going to be a full 18-inch
Sure.
charge.
Yep.
Right.
So,
That's
well,
the
Yeah.
same as me.
That
Yeah,
would make
that's-
sense. Yeah.
that would make too much sense. So probably.
All right. Do you want to go to break? Or you guys want to hear my goals?
No,
I want
let's
to hear
hear
your
before we
goals
go to
first.
break. Yeah.
You're not getting away from this, Pat.
I figured if I push break, we might get a chance.
No. You gotta be on the record too.
All right, so I'm going to somehow, in whatever form or fashion, finish that factory table with the railroad yard in the back.
Cool.
So I'll get that finished because I really want to see that. I want to bring that to SNAFU. I think it's going to fit great into our theme this year. It may not. If Dale doesn't get his lofty goal of getting all the tables done, it could fill in potentially as one of the middle tables, but it would look just as great on the outside.
Sure.
I'm not even going to put the Napoleonics on the list for this year because I anticipate that falling flat.
That's not bolt action anyway, buddy.
Yeah. Oh. Well, Dale's losing weight.
But that is bolt action because you need to be able to lean over the table.
Sure.
No,
okay.
that wasn't his.
Oh, it was
goal.
a
That
reference
just,
to it.
That was just
Sure.
him referencing it
Sure.
in regard to coming up with things that he can do.
That's kind of for
with
someone that knows
frequency
because
to-
I have destroyed.
My
terrain
hobby
with
is losing weight.
that's not a bad hobby if you can have it.
Honestly, yeah.
I mean, the second or third time your stomach crushes a tree when you're leaning over on something, you kind of like, damn, I need to lose some weight. talking from experience here.
Sure. Okay, so I have. So speaking of the Case Blue and the Operation SNAFU, we're doing the Case Blue in Stalingrad. I'm building a German army that would fit as a legal list for Operation SNAFU.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So there's one of the theaters in there that I like that I've gotten the models for thanks to my Christmas wish list. They have arrived, and I've got more than enough boxes of Germans to cover at least 3 armies, but we're going to do one for sure.
You want some more winter ones? Because I got a bunch of winter ones.
All my winter ones ended up going into my Hungarian force.
Okay.
Which I'm not committing to anything that. And one other big thing I'd like to do is my downstairs terrain building hobby room needs a serious cleaning / purging.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to put that on there too. So there you go. That's 3.
Alrighty.
All right.
And I'll answer your question, even though it's not a goal. My anticipation is if I'm going to work on an army, it'll be actually the Romanians, since that will fit our theme if we need it.
Sure.
So if I have to pick one, I'll work towards our theme like everyone else is. So after I paint a fucking herd of horses.
And that's why we're bringing this up now, so they have plenty of
Right.
time to work in their hobby, whether they're doing the 10 minutes a day thing or if they're getting 2 hours a week or 1 hour a week. That should be, provided they want to do a new army. I mean, they can.
Right.
If they have one, they can bring whatever they want to, as we've said. But we're just going with, if you want to win Best Painted or some of the other awards,
Got to be in theme, baby.
Got to be on theme. Yeah, I show it. Oh, I was going to say, what I was doing to get those models painted this last month was actually just, well, it's very handy that my hobby desk is right next to my work desk, so I'm able to okay, I've got a half an hour, I'll stop what I'm doing and go paint. It's a luxury, such a awesome thing. Anyway, I do 1 color a day, if that makes sense. So I'll get a squad and be like, okay, I'm painting their browns today, and just paint the brown. Just their leather brown, not all the browns, just 1 brown, and then I'll do that to every color. And sometimes I'll be able to bang it out in 10 minutes, so you can do the next color. But so I can do. I'm not even timing it. It's more just I'm just task oriented, right? Just I'm going to get this one little thing done, and if I got time, I'll do a second one, whatever. But that's how I'm doing it.
All right.
I also like the speed paints. I don't know if speed paints I can use for the German army I'm thinking of. I don't think you can speed paint camo, and I don't know that I want to try that yet.
When you're doing grenadiers?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the theater selector in a while. I don't remember exactly what the infantry is. I was focused on making sure. Because I have gobs of German infantry, so I was pretty sure I could fill whatever infantry slots there were, but I didn't have some of the vehicles that were in the slot that I wanted to make the list with. So
well, we can talk, because there are ways you can do speed paints and then camo over them. Kind of gives you the shadows and stuff. But
okay, sure,
give it a shot.
Cool.
Okay, take a short break and come back, and we'll talk about tournaments for this year.
Nice. Something to look
Got a
forward
couple.
to.
One's coming up quick here. Shit, I don't know. Let's see if I can get shit done for that one.
I remember you got to go to 2 tournaments. Not go, but participate.
Two
Play.
events.
Participate.
Two
Play.
events.
Two events.
Yeah.
Two events. Clarifying my...
Like sign up and play games at events, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, my tank event does not count. Unfortunately.
all right, and here you go. Just because it's the new year, the break music for you is Ethel
Waltzing
Merman.
Matilda.
Well, Ethel Merman. Why do they call a private a private?
All right.
Nice.
Okay. We'll be back in a few minutes. Enjoy the music.
I know why they call a corporal, because he's got 2 stripes. And I know why they call a sergeant, because he always gripes. Yes, I know almost all the military types. life. But why do they call a private when each night is a public event? The Pennsylvania station, that crossroads of the nation, has nothing on a regular army tent. They snore and snore and snore all night. They drop their shoes, they light the light. It's heck to have to smell a regiment. Have you been marching? Why do they call a private when each night is a public event? Why do they call a private when there's nothing more public on earth? Take military travel, it makes your nerves unravel. The Army's really getting its money's worth. In any other walk of life, you'd think that you were man and wife. The way you've got to share a lower berth, your feet are icy. Oh, why do they call a private when there's nothing more public on earth? Why do they call a private when he's only a public GI? They ought to call him Rover. He flies and flees all over. There's always lots of company for a guy. And if he ever gets a shower, he's got to wait on line an hour. It's murder if he's modest and he's shy. The joint is crowded. Oh, why do they call a private when he's only a public GI? Oh, why do they call a private when his life is a public affair? The whole United Nations can hear his conversation and read his mail and borrow his underwear. And if he finds a local wench and puts her on a quiet bench, 3 other guys from Yank are waiting there to take the pictures. Why do they call a private when his life is a public affair? Go see the chaplain. His life is a public affair.
Right, ready, Freddie?
Yeah, welcome back. Hope you like the music.
I enjoyed it. It's funny.
Yeah.
I call my privates private too.
All right.
Sometimes.
My privates are major, so.
Jeez.
I mean, where did you think that was going to go? I mean, come on.
Lance Corporal?
Oh, wow. All right.
Corporal Lance.
Wow. I'm blushing over here now.
Gotta salute the clusters.
What?
Wow.
What?
Just wow.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, all right. This is enough. That's enough bad jokes about the music.
Here comes Rear Admiral Jeff.
All right. Anyway, the music was great. No puns aside, or all puns aside, whatever. Let's talk about what's happening in the old SNAFU tournament world, because we announced we announced our next year's theme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've publicly announced that. Yeah.
Up Stalingrad, Case Blue, so Eastern Front. Right.
Yes.
Yes, all of the Eastern Front.
Kind of southeastern front, really, but yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about updates to that, because it sounds like we kind of have a fairly big update. I mean, this is, to me, isn't a big update because we've never done this before.
Yeah, new this year we're allowing select theater selectors.
Select theater selectors.
Spoiler alert: the Stalingrad one is not in there, or is CeeLo Heights.
CeeLo Heights is not.
CeeLo Heights is not allowed.
Yeah, that's too. It's just absurd.
In fact, I didn't. In the current list, we don't have anything from the armies of the Soviet Union as approved.
We should probably look at that.
Yeah, I think I got through the armies of Germany and I just know we didn't want Stalingrad because everyone knows that's just broken. So just
Well, the Silo Heights one is bad, yeah.
And I don't think Silo Heights is even in the right time period.
It's not. Silo Heights is the German defense as they're coming into Berlin. So.
Oh, there you go. Then, yeah. Okay.
So we'll start with the stuff out of the Stalingrad campaign book.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do it, yeah.
So the first one we have on here is the Gates of Stalingrad Reinforced Platoon.
All right.
So August, September 1942, right in the time frame. 43 was when the Panzerfaust came out, right? Not that we're talking about Soviet list first here.
Well,
no, this is German. Sorry. Do you want to do Germany or Soviet Union? Sorry, I picked Germany tab.
And I was going to say...
Yeah, I was confused too.
I was confused as well.
All right.
Let's start
we
with
started...
because
Okay.
that's where the book starts.
Okay. So on 135, the Don Volga Reinforced Platoon.
Good old Don Volga.
I knew that guy.
Yeah,
It's some dulcet tones.
I think we all knew that guy.
Or a guy just like him.
Mm-hmm.
Don Volga sounds like a big band leader from 1940s.
Right?
I believe they're rivers in this case, though.
They're both rivers, but...
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Don
River's
Volga.
their maiden name, but I mean, their married name's Don Volga.
Didn't he sing Mambo No. 5?
Yeah, sure.
I think that's where I know him from.
Wow.
Anyway, deep cut.
All right, who wants to take this one?
I mean, sure. It looks. I mean, well, okay. So like every theater selector has six squads, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice.
Rifle, LMG, SMG, guards, veterans, and KVD. So you can take 2 Strafe Bats in there too. Oh no, it continues in the next column. So Strafe Bat scouts. So basically, and assault engineers. So basically, all the shit you want.
Yep.
You can take an MMG and an HMG.
Ooh.
That's kind of interesting to have them separated like that. Sniper, flamethrower, 2 anti-tank teams. Womp womp. There's your sad part.
Well, there's your 6 implements.
They still get 3
No,
to 1 on those?
no. You only get 2 in this case. It's right. It's their list.
No, but the extra selector for the anti-tank is you do 0-3 for each one.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, okay, because it's not
Yeah,
really
I
okay.
guess it kind of works.
So 6 dog mines.
Up to 6 dog mine teams.
Well, 3 implements and 3 dog mines. That's a better choice than 6 of either of them. Maybe.
I like the anti-tank teams. They're scouts.
Yeah, they're really good.
Oh yeah,
too,
the anti-tank teams are in here.
They're kind of nice too.
Yeah.
You know, all 3 of those are not bad choices.
Right.
So
And having 6 of them, 6 to choose from, is pretty good.
2 of each. You know, that's kind of my rule.
Yeah, kind of balancing it out. Artillery. I'm not going to look at. You can look at the list, dude, so you guys can figure out which ones are which. You got some anti-aircraft guns. You have 1 armored car from a BA-10, B-20, or
which
BA-64.
what anyone's going to take anyway.
Yeah, that's all the shit you're going to take.
And same.
It's the flame. Yeah, it's the flame car.
BA-10 is the flame car, right?
20.
20 is
20 is the flame car.
just a flamethrower on it. Yeah.
Yeah. BA-10, is that an autocannon?
I think it's,
That's the
No.
that's the
It's-
LMG and the Hull LMG, I think.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I'd have to look at
BA-20
it.
is the one you're going to take, probably. Bunch of tanks.
I'm super excited
bunch-
if someone takes a KV-1. That'd be cool. Or KV-1S.
It'd be a lot of their
Sure.
points, but that's kind of how we roll.
Right?
Yeah, it's a big one.
It's a big boy.
The Katusha and the Quad Maxim are in there,
Yeah,
so like
that's
you
what you're
kind
really
of
going to take. But
No, don't take those.
probably.
Where else you
You
can
don't
spend your
have to.
points at?
I
What
mean,
what
you
are the
can take
points for
6
Stalin
squads.
or Operation SNAFU again?
Still 1250.
1250 and how many dice?
12 in the bag.
12 in the
12 in
bag.
the bag.
Okay.
In the Operation Snafu format, the Katusha is maybe not the best choice,
No.
but it's not. It's never a bad choice. Bunch of transports,
It
tows.
depends how you feel about reliability.
yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Or how weighted your 6s are. I mean, what?
Something like that. I mean, I like some of the stuff in there.
Solid list.
More anti-tank shit is kind of crazy with them.
But you don't. They're great choices because of their points efficiency. You're not spending a lot of points for their impact on the battlefield.
Now,
but you've got to get to 1,200 points somehow.
Right.
A question I have about the Tank Hunter anti-tank team, because I don't have my Soviet book right in front of me. Do they have the option for Panzerfausts?
Let me double check it real quick.
In the base, they do.
Because for Stalingrad, they should not.
Right. In the book entry, they do have access to a Panzerfaust.
In the generic entry, yes, they do have access to Panzerfaust. Okay.
They come with anti-tank grenades, and I think they have an option to pick.
Well, and they're tank hunters.
Yeah, they come with anti-tank grenades, which gives them... They're tough tank hunters.
Yeah,
they get tough fighter against them. That's right.
For positioning, so...
It's mostly, and this goes for the Germans, too, it's mostly that Panzerfausts don't exist yet.
Right.
Yep. And we'll make sure I address that in the
so,
I also missed that it has a mortar slot for a light, medium, or heavy, and then it has a light mortar
additional
slot.
Light.
Yeah, so you could get 2 mortars in there too.
Yeah, so the anti-tank team could be up to 4 guys. They have some machine guns, which is great for scouts.
Yeah,
and
really
one
good.
soldier can have a Panzerfaust for 5 points. So,
I mean, just submachine gun guys with anti-tank grenades is still really good.
4-man team.
Yep, up to 4 men.
Yeah,
Inexperienced, regular, or veteran. So
2 to 4.
With 4 to play, yeah, it's pretty good. I like those guys.
So each 4-man team counts as one of the 0 to 3. So you could have 6 4-man tank hunter teams. If you wanted to.
What the extra selection rule actually says is you may take up to 3 anti-tank teams, any mix of rifles, ampulament, or tank hunter teams, and dog mines, as one selection in each reinforced platoon, is what the book says.
Okay, so reading it that way, I would say you could have a total of 4 then for the 0-2 slot.
Why 4?
It says for a reinforced platoon.
3, and the other one gets you 1.
Once per
platoon.
Yeah.
Just say that again. Say that last bit again, though.
I'll read it the entire thing verbatim. You may take up to 3 anti-tank teams, any mix, and there's a parentheses to say what's included, as one selection in each reinforced platoon.
As each selection. So to me, that reads as 6.
Nope, as one selection in each reinforced platoon.
As one selection. Okay. All right, fine.
Yeah.
Sure, 4. That is 4.
0-2, they can have 4.
Sure.
So 4-man teams with SMGs and anti-tank grenades is still really good.
Still great.
Better scouts. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, that's solid. That's a good list.
Yeah.
What else we got, Pat?
Not a step back.
No Tractor Factory?
You skipping the Tractor Factory?
I did skip the Tractor Factory.
Okay, that's good.
And I was on the fence about that one because it's not technically armored platoon because it's got the militia squad, but it gives basically access to 3 inexperienced T-34s.
It does.
Yeah, that could be problematic. It'd be fun as hell, but
and that's the other side too. It could be fun as hell. So I don't know. You guys, I mean, it's as much your turn as mine. So you guys decide if you want to allow it.
Let's think about that one because that could be fun.
Okay, we'll go.
Are we letting Panzerfaust in or not? No, they're going to be on the same side. It won't matter. Never mind.
I was going to say
no, they won't.
No Panzerfaust.
Okay. So Germans don't Panzerfaust either. Okay.
Let's see what the Germans get and think about it.
Okay.
The Germans
I think that's the problem is like the Germans kind of like there was to tangent into something else bolt action related. Is someone asked like how do Germans compete with early war French? And I'm like, well, it's definitely not early war Germans. Like you need all the tools, guys. Like don't not take Panzerfaust.
Yeah,
that's a thing.
That was my art. That was like you just can't be so limiting in a game that the it's not balanced to be like that specific.
Well,
can't be.
I mean,
you could try.
The other
it's
thing
fun
to
play.
do. I mean, granted, I have not played a ton of early war German games, but I played a few. You can bring an 88, right? That's early war German.
Yeah. Yep.
You can
Panzer
bring
ones were good.
Right. Panzer 1s were fine. Panzer 2s existed. Panzer 3s existed. Panzer 4s existed, although they generally were armed with a light howitzer instead of a good anti-tank gun.
88
sure.
for the chars, yeah.
But an 88 will put a hole through a char, no problem.
Yep.
That's
I
true.
mean, an 88 will put a hole through anything, no problem if you hit it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Right. But even the light anti-tank guns do okay against early war tanks. Right?
Chars were slow, too, weren't they?
Chars are slow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a matter of actually having to make use of anti-tank guns, which is not a popular selector in bolt action.
Sure.
Because usually they're not...
It's not exciting.
Exactly. It's not exciting, and usually it's not cost efficient. Right? Or I'm almost positive at least a few variations of the autocannon existed, and you can just you just roll pins on things then.
Sure.
You know. Heavy autocannon
I think that was somebody
exists.
suggested that was autocannons.
Oh, they had autocannons way back in 38, 39.
Right, yeah,
so.
yeah. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if
They
the
got 'em
quad
from the British.
autocannon was built yet for the Germans, but a single or a double autocannon certainly exists.
Sure.
In which case, you just rattling. I mean, +3 penetration, that's up to armor 9. That's enough to dink a char.
Yep.
So, you know, there's options. But it's
Sure.
taking selections that aren't
Mainstream.
Yeah.
It's making you actually play a combined arms force, which is not cool. We're supposed to over specialize, man.
Right.
All right. No step back.
Not a
step back.
not a step
Not
back.
a step back. Not 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or is it 1 step forward, 2 steps back?
Well, that's usually my work life.
That's how I dance anyway.
Mm-hmm.
2 steps forward, 1 step back. On the toes, on the heel. So, this one is, again, the 6th Infantry. It's got the guard squads. You're going to want those. It adds in the Naval Brigade, which is always interesting, and the airborne squads, which are interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Strapbat, of course. Siberian squads, so if you need skis.
What's your tank selector look like in this?
Fairly robust. T-34, factory T-34.
Oh, see, this is the
KV-1, KVS.
This is the one I want to
KV-1S.
play. I might have to actually make an army for this at some point. I was thinking of making a Soviet Naval Brigade one and then having my vehicle be that Su-76I.
Nice.
Which was that?
It's like a. It's not like a. They captured German Stugs, slapped a cover on the top, and put a light howitzer in it.
Oh, okay.
So it's nothing special. It just looks cool.
So it's interesting in this selector is you can make anything Fnatic for +3 points per model.
Yep.
Yep.
No transports, so you don't get any transports or tows.
Which is fine. Whatever.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. So you have to lug your Zis 3 around all by yourself.
Well, and then the last bit is that the artillery forward observer gets to do it twice.
Yep.
So
I
like
know
the
Jesse's
Americans-
played this a couple of times.
This can be a powerful list.
Well, yeah, this
Yeah,
can
so
be.
do it twice means they can call in a second artillery strike after the first one has been resolved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct.
Exactly.
And remember that Soviets get to roll 2d6 and take the high for the range
Yep.
of the artillery strike.
Pat, quick question about that. Does it say take the high or does it say take either?
Choose one, or does it? I think it's.
I believe it says you take the high.
Okay.
I do believe it says
Okay.
take the high.
Wasn't sure because
Yeah,
there are
probably
times you might not want to take the high if you boxcar it.
Let me check real
agreed.
quick. I can look at it.
I'm just curious for tactical usage of it.
Do you have your book in front of you, Dale?
Yeah. Right now it's let me go to the front of the units. SMG squad, headquarters, special rules, massed batteries. When rolling to determine, instead of rolling 1, roll
Take
2
the
dice
highest.
and take the highest score.
Yeah, okay. Well, they are Russians, so it makes sense to just blow up as much as possible.
Yep. Yeah, although at that late game, you might actually want that to be the
That's
smart
what I'm saying. Like, there are
Right, like your
definitely
shit's
times
next
you're
to it,
like,
you don't want to get your
"Ooh."
yeah. I only wanted to hit that one unit. I didn't want to hit everything on the board.
Right? This would be the one I would play if I were playing Russians.
So this also includes I guess that's a good question. It also includes the new units in it. Which are we allowing those?
the front neck commissioner.
Yeah, the front neck commissar, along with the student officer squads. They also have the two new sniper options.
The other sniper teams.
They have the sniper teams that are in this book.
Okay, all right.
Case Blue is the one that has the anti-rifle teams that can forward deploy. So I mean, they're in the book. They're in the theater.
Very
that's
good.
In the book. I don't see why not.
Yeah,
because I believe those are allowed for reinforced platoon anyway. So
sure.
All right. Could be a way to spend quite a bit of points there, especially if you're making everything fanatic.
Yeah.
Well, how expensive is a tank?
Oh, it depends on which one.
The SU-76.
The it's not super expensive. It's I want to say like 150 maybe.
I think it's the medium. It's the lighter side of the medium tank. Medium tank.
Yeah, it is nothing special. I just like it.
Sure.
I mean, the OT-34 is in there, which is the flame tank.
That's the flamethrower T-34. Nobody. I can count the number of actual T-34s I've ever seen played in bolt action like on one hand.
I can count the number that I've killed on two fingers.
Right. And
dude, it's actually good.
And it's a good tank. And I've almost never seen a KV-1 either, so I'm kind of sad about both of those things. And it's all because the green box that lets the DACA Steward in wrecks all the fun that comes out of a Russian list.
Well, the SU-76 comes with a forward-facing light howitzer that can shoot as a medium anti-tank gun.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. It's
Two-incher,
the only gun it
plus
has,
a
though.
5.
It doesn't have any hull machine guns.
My machine guns don't hit anything.
Well,
anyway.
there is that.
If your machine guns don't hit anything, then that light howitzer isn't going to hit anything.
For 130 points?
And the eye is closed top.
At regular.
The eye is the closed top one. The
Is it 8 or 9?
SU-76 is open top.
What's that?
Is it 8 or 9 hull armor?
8 armor.
8.
I mean, the T-34, the inexperienced, has the MMG, the coax MMG, and a medium anti-tank gun, and it's 140 points. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
for inexperience, though, too.
That's the T-34 tractor factory one.
Right.
But.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I did not realize that's a very inexpensive light howitzer / medium anti-tank gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's well protected, mobile.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah,
and it looks
nice.
cool.
Which is a big plus.
Okay. That's always a plus when you can find cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fun. Okay.
No land beyond the Volga. So this also has the same no transports, off-map battery, and the Fanatic option.
Yep.
What is the main difference in here? Oh, this has the storm group.
0-3 storm groups.
And 0-1 assault engineers. So there's your flamethrower, and this has 0-2 sniper teams.
Yep.
This might have been when Jesse played, and he ran his double Zatacha teams or whatever
Yep.
they were. Or
Comes
the
with
sniper
double-
detachments.
Comes with the 4 anti-tank teams, too. And a double mortars. I mean, it's a good list, too.
It's a great list.
Your tank can be in this one, too, Jeff.
It can, yeah.
This one it might be just a little bit more selections, right? No?
The storm group are awesome.
They are.
Group, yeah, they're pretty good.
Those are the ones that, even if they assault someone in a defended position, that's...
Yeah, they have the arm to the teeth rule.
Yeah.
Especially equipped for close quarters combat.
So they go first.
Whenever this unit initiates close quarters combat, the enemy cannot take advantage of the defensive position rule. They always attack first in any close quarters fight that they initiate.
Yeah, that's super good.
That last one is the important part.
They
that
have
they
to
initiate.
yeah.
Yep.
Super good, though.
Try and kill some Gurkhas.
They can be a max 8-man squad.
Okay.
They also have
They're armed with what?
Polytruck.
Yeah, that's the make inexperienced guys shoot better.
They do not suffer their -1 to hit penalty for being inexperienced.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
So, I mean, you can kind of play both sides.
Cheap,
yeah.
too, right?
It's interesting. 30 points?
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
It's cheap order dice.
Yeah, this is a decent one.
Mm-hmm.
Are Storm Group fanatic?
No.
No, they
But you can make
they
them
can
fanatic.
be
Can be,
regular.
but-
Can be,
Yeah, they can be regular or veterans, but you can
Okay.
you can make them fanatic in this selector.
Yep.
Nice.
Well,
Okay.
they got scout squads in this one too. Those are solid.
Yep.
Just got a lot of good choices in there.
Lots of good choices in there.
You can eat up 1250 pretty solid in this one.
Yeah.
Probably pretty easy, yeah.
Yeah, you could. This is not going to be a problem with that one.
The biggest problem is that your storm group, your assault engineers, all that shit, your scout squads are all in that 0-4. None of them are in that first two.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Well, whatever. Oh no, you have to take guard squads.
Or SMGs, whatever.
Or inexperienced squads that are hitting on 4s instead of 3s, or 3s instead of 4s.
Yeah.
Right, 2 12-man rifle squads are pretty good with the Politruck, for sure.
Yep.
You know, I mean, that's a nice defensive core.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, how often do you have to change the oil on the Politruck?
I mean, they probably just run. They just probably run the engine until it dies, and then get a new
Leave
one.
it. Yep. Leave it as impassable
Right.
hardcover.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is
Failed its fire check.
This is a great single platoon.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, it is.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't double tank or anything, but
That's okay.
Doesn't always need to.
Well,
No.
but I think it especially benefits that, you know, some of these selectors you have to have a tank if you're going to reach 1200. Not in this one.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. I passed by the cavalry one. I was on the fence and left it out. I don't know why. You guys can override that if you want to.
Comes with 2 tanks
Comes with 2 armored cars.
Armored cars.
and 2 armored cars. Yeah, 2
And only-
BA-20s.
No, just 0-1 vehicle from.
No, the special rule allows them
Oh.
to have a T-60 or T-70 for free
Sure.
instead of an rifle. Or,
Yeah, calling that a tank is kind of a stretch.
Yeah, that is
Well,
a pretty stretch. That's a light tank.
fine. Fine.
You know, part of me's okay with this because I kind of want to see these guys fight one of those Italian horse platoons.
These guys will just be
See like a
slaughtered.
big cavalry charge against each other.
Playing Napoleonics.
I mean, kind of, yeah. Get some hot horse on horse action.
All right, I'll put it in as questionable.
I guess I don't see anything in here that I'm like, oh my god, this is broken.
right.
no.
Right.
This is sort of like if you want to be a connoisseur of the horses.
All right, so let Monty play his horses.
Well,
yeah.
yes, they have to all be horses. That's the problem.
They do all have to be horses.
Yeah, all cavalry squad. Those are your only
All
infantry
cavalry.
selections.
They can be
It's going to be
centaurs.
hard to fill at the point. I mean, I guess you can make them veteran, right? They can be veterans. So
Yeah, if they're veteran, it'll
yeah.
chew it up real quick.
Yeah. Jeff, well, that'll be your points right there.
Well, you can still bring a transport for your LT.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on, 6 veteran units of cavalry that's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Well, and you also since you got cavalry at the FAQ, you can put your LT on a horse too
Exactly.
Yes, you can.
for 2 points or something like that.
Yeah, it's whatever.
I mean,
something
you can
like
put your lieutenant on a horse. You can put
Well, I suppose if you brought your free rifle squad, that's what you might have your
that. Got a
transport
medic.
for.
You could put him on a horse too.
right.
All those things.
Probably put your forward artillery observer on a horse if you really want to.
Politruck. Can you put your Politruck on a?
Yeah, he's a headquarters.
Isn't it actually? What is it? Is it like a person? Is it a person?
It's a guy.
It's
an
a-
It is a
officer.
guy.
It's not
okay.
an
with
actual
two
truck.
with 2 other guys.
I was hoping it was a truck with like bull horns on top of it.
He's a Autobot.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, what's the next one? That one's good. I like that one. I think you should let that one in.
Okay. We skip that because that's a artillery or it's armored platoon.
Yeah, we're not doing Uranus.
You're not. Yeah,
No.
Uranus. Is out.
Anti-tank artillery battery. The next one.
We should probably just maybe skip all of Uranus.
Sure. I believe it's Uranus.
Yeah, that's a.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's
platoon.
Uranus.
If I let it in, yeah. All right, so the anti-tank artillery battery.
Interesting.
What do we think about that? That's a lot of guns.
What guns though? Zis 3 can take
This 3 is a good gun.
take 4 Zis 3s.
How? Gosh, this could be a lot of fun.
And a T-34.
4
You get
Zis
T-34 in
3s and
there.
a T-34 could be.
I'm on the fence on that
Yeah,
one.
I'm on the fence on it.
Well, because the mobile formation, again, they can get the inexperienced T-60 or T-70.
And you could still have 4 infantry squads.
I think I would take the infantry squad in this list. Actually, I'd take the 5th infantry squad.
Yeah, I'd want more dudes.
Yeah,
02 assault engineers, 4 guns.
Yeah, this is definitely a send dudes list.
4 vehicles.
Interesting. You can't take rifle squads in this one, so you can't get inexperienced dudes.
Right. Yeah. The free rifle squad gets changed out for the inexperienced.
No, you may elect to do that.
Oh, okay.
You may elect to take this instead. So you can still get the free rifle squad, but you can't take other rifle squads.
Yeah.
That's not an option in this list. You got to fill up points and fucking
put an
dudes.
asterisk by this one to think about it. I mean, we need to see if the Germans have anything equivalent.
This would be fun,
Sure.
but
This one looks fun for sure.
Yeah.
You got to have somebody's going to have to paint up 4 resist 3s to make it happen, or whatever 4 guns, whatever choice they make. But
All right.
I don't know.
So that's all the Soviet ones out of this.
you're just going to skip the flame tank. Yeah, it's probably better. You skip
Flip
the
the
flame
tank
one.
brigade. Yeah, we're not.
The flame tank brigade. I skipped the.
the OT-34. You're not going to let that one
The
happen.
mobile barbecue joint. No,
How many do you get? You get 3 of them, 4 of them, 4
up to 5 because your command vehicle can be one too.
Oh, you're 4. Yeah, 5. Okay. 6 if you count. You get a BA-20 in there
Well,
too.
if vehicles can't claim objectives, I mean, I can still take
they
your
can
4 infantry
torch whoever's
squads.
on it.
Yeah, they can just make
Repeatedly
it so you don't
torch
have anything
everything,
left.
Gosh, that would be brutal.
Yeah.
That might be a
be
bit
interesting.
excessive.
It has.
that one's
you have
south.
to. It is transport. It is a tank.
Right.
tank
So
platoon, so-
I did not put
Yeah.
the armored
I
platoon.
agree
there.
with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's probably a good choice.
So now we're on to the Germans.
The Germans, okay.
The gates of Stalingrad.
Infantry, veteran, Panzer Grenadiers. That's all fine. 4 more. 2 M&G teams. You might actually take that in a German army.
In a German
Maybe
army, you might actually
2 extra shots.
Yeah, well, it's 6 for each.
You got your guns. You can take a Nebelwerfer, so you're already happy. You can get a 88 if you want it.
Other than an extra infantry
Panzer
squad
III.
selection, how is this different from a standard?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Reinforced
extra,
platoon.
extra MMG team is what it's.
It's limiting your selections in certain spots, I guess.
Yeah.
2, 4.
Yeah,
Well, no, you still
but
get the
you can
mortar.
get
Still get the
the DACA Panzers in there.
sniper,
No, and
Anti-tank.
Your tank.
your
ones are
artillery
in here,
gun,
too. Yeah.
armored car, tank. This is a reinforced platoon, other than an extra MMG
And 1 extra
And
squad.
extra
yeah.
infantry.
and 1 extra squad. Yeah,
And
I
that's
think this one's fine to
Pretty
let in,
common.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't see any reason not to let that in.
Yeah.
That one seems fine.
Yeah,
I'm not blown away by it, but
yeah it's. I mean, it doesn't have. It's not sexy.
I mean, I know that some of this shit is it's historically accurate, but you go look at the Soviet list, and you're like, they got 2 mortars, they got 2 of these other things, and they got a bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
You're like, that seems fun. I'm not excited yet.
Well, the Soviets won.
Well, I know. It's a fucking game though. It's got to be fun for both sides, or nobody's going to play Germans.
That'd be good. Yeah.
And then the Rat King reinforced platoon. Rattenkrieg.
I skipped that one. No.
You got to go past the next armored
Oh
platoon.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was an armored one. I
I
didn't
see.
realize it
I
was
see.
armored. Yeah. Okay.
Infantry squads. It's pretty similar.
We got
Nebelwerfer.
Strafe Battalion. 02 MGs again.
Oh, here you go. 0 or 02 Stugs.
Yep, a B, C, D, E, or F. So you don't get the super big one in there.
No, but you could live the Stug life.
I think I was looking at this one. Yep, motorcycle, car. I wanted the 259 to show up, but that's probably too early for the 259 because that was after 43.
You the Skid 250/9. That's right there.
Yeah,
It's in there.
is it? In? The 250-10 is
No, the 250/9's there. It's a bottom row. Left justified just after the G. In the tank selection.
Oh, okay.
It's in the tank selection.
I'm confused by the assault group gun rule, but
Active 7 battalions of Stu Assault guns represents the availability of these armored infantry vehicles. Can choose 2 of any configuration of the tank.
That's just what the OR 02 stuff
Yeah, that's what the rule is. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. So it's not really 4 of them; it's 2 of them.
Yeah, it's just 2, not 4, unfortunately.
But they don't have to be identical.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this list. 2
Yeah,
Stugs
2
is not going
tanks.
to break
That's
a game.
finally something fun.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's finally something a little interesting.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go into hell.
All right.
Into hell we go. We've been there for a while.
He added Jaeger squads and Pioneer squads as choices. That's cool.
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah.
The extra
2 flamethrowers.
is not bad. You got your... What do you got for your guns?
It's got the Stoogs again.
Nebel Warfer. It's got the Flak Verling at least, so you got some DACA.
Yep.
Fine Panzers, Double Stug. Yeah, that's
A
solid.
little more fun, yeah.
It's got an 8. It's got an 8 rat in there.
Yep.
It's got some decent choices.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't know. It's not.
It's still not as... It's not as flashy as the Russian list, but it's functional.
Yeah. What's Croatian Legion?
What?
One of the infantry squad choices is Croatian Legion.
I believe that's in this book.
Let me look. No. Yeah.
Or not.
Croatian Pride is their special rule. Croatian units use all German Army special rules, except that instead of the initiative training, all Croatian Legion units have the Croatian Pride. When this unit passes any U-Men snap to action order, they remove 2 pins instead of 1.
Well, that's a thing.
Yep.
That is the thing.
They don't pay any more for it, so...
Right. 5 regular dudes.
Yeah. They can only be
Come
regular.
with rifles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're
Okay.
big on snap into action, then
I guess, yeah. Well, it's certainly not
Just that.
overpowered, so.
Right.
Yeah.
There is that.
So they've got a lot more armored platoons than the Soviets did.
Yeah.
The Alarmheinmetzen. Yeah,
I ain't touching
okay.
that word.
So you got to have alarm units, which blow.
Alarmeinheiten. There it is.
Yeah. So
But then you get regular infantry. You can have 01 here, and then 01 pioneers, 01 flamethrowers.
You can have 8 squads.
Yeah,
that's
but
thing.
the first 2 have to be alarm units.
and then
I
then
get
4 of the other
Right.
ones minimum have to
Right.
be alarm units.
Yeah. It's not
Gross.
so good.
And gross in a bad way. You can take 288s though.
Yeah.
I don't know if that offsets the fact your infantry's trash, but you can have 288s.
Your anti-tank guns, your anti-tank grenades are only 1 point instead of 2
On your trash infantry, yeah.
on your trash infantry. Yeah.
Well, the alarm units, I mean, let's see. You're just rolling the dice, right? And hoping you don't roll right?
It's been so long.
Ad hoc equipment. 1 to 3, they remain equipped solely with rifles. So they're inexperienced.
How big can you make them?
They start out at 5, and you can add up to 4 more.
Okay.
So
Terrible.
9 men. No, I'm sorry. They start at 6, and you can add up to 4. So it's a 10-man squad.
Okay.
Okay.
It's 1 NCO, 5 men to start with, 45 points at inexperienced. So 1 to 3, they just keep their rifles. On a 4, they get submachine guns.
Okay.
Well, not all of them. You remove 3 riflemen from the squad and replace 2 of them with 2 models armed with SMGs. So you lose a man, but you get 2 SMGs.
1 extra shot.
On a 5 or a 6, it's a light machine gun. Remove 3 riflemen and replace it with a loader and an LMG.
When do you have to do this?
At the beginning of the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, before deployment begins.
So you just have to have like 50 extra fucking dudes there?
Guess so.
Yeah, this sounds dumb.
Well, I mean, they're
You know, it
inexperienced
sounds-
with
it can be
rifles.
fun. It could be fun.
It could be fun. I'm not saying it's not fun, but it's like
And you get,
I just thinking about bringing all the extra dudes. You have to
it's
do
a lot
for
of
this.
bookkeeping.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, yes. So you'd have to figure out if WYSIWYG is acceptable, or if you're kind of like going to allow something else. But they're not. I mean, they're a choice. I don't think they're complete pants necessarily.
Right.
They're shorts anyway.
And you could have 8 squads.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can have a
I
lot
mean,
of infantry in that list.
You know, you might get lucky on some of them.
You're not wrong.
No Politotruck though.
Yeah, no Politotruck.
Right.
So it's a lot of inexperienced
Well,
guys.
Germans didn't have those as Soviets.
Oh, right.
That was
That's
a
right.
Soviet
Thank
thing,
you.
yeah.
It's a Soviet thing exclusively.
Weird
288s
if
though.
they did.
288.
288s is something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Thunderclap doesn't get a lot better.
It's kind of a lot of the same.
Well, you're not stuck with the alarm squads, though.
Right.
You got
No,
the
but you can't
Croatian
break
Legion.
288s. That's the other problem.
No, because you can only bring with me manhandled, so it's light
Right.
artillery
Yep.
and Pack 36 and the Panzerbusch 41. So
Even though it allowed you to have
So
an
it's
artillery
a
schlepper,
reinforced
too.
platoon with restrictions.
and an extra infantry squad and an extra MFG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
I mean, I'm unexcited by the German selectors, but
Yeah, they're not.
Less
they're not-
excited for sure.
They're not great.
the double 88 one is cool.
It's a lot of
I could
inexperienced
see someone
infantry,
bring
but
it.
yeah.
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 I mean, where else are you going to be able to spend 1,200 points on that list?
Well, I mean, how much is an 88?
160.
So
In that
that's
ballpark?
300-ish point. Yeah. It's going to be a little tough.
I think you would have to
stretching.
I think you would have to get everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says transport tows. You can't really get a transport.
Not for an artillery.
Well, you can tow on it. It's got a 0-1 tow, so you can tow on something, but you can't get transports for your dudes.
No.
So you couldn't even like get your artilleries, your engineers up there.
And if you bring 288s, you can
Or
still only have
boobies.
one tow.
Right. Well, you still can drag it on via
Yeah.
Wrong
raster
list.
router.
Wrong list. We're
Are we mixing them together right now?
yeah. You're blending.
Oh, no, I'm still going back to the alarm one. Yeah, sorry.
You're back to the alarm. Yes.
But
Does
Thunderclap.
not have 88s.
Yeah, no.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at the alarm one too because that was the one that was more. The Thunderclap didn't add anything.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you can buy the
Okay.
Chaplain for 25 points. That might get you right at 1,200.
You can get a captain. You can get a captain in that list, right?
Snap all your alarms.
Yeah, no Croatian
No,
guys here, though.
Snap your 88s, dude. And some alarms.
I should probably include these. I think there's got a couple Romanian, and there's a Romanian cavalry list in here.
Sure. Just remember they can't shoot off horseback.
Yeah.
Yeah, but someone might want to play it. People like horses.
02 tankettes.
No
Just
tanks.
because 222s. No tanks. Even there's a picture of a Romanian Panzer right there.
So does this list still get the Romanian special rules?
It should.
Yeah.
So it gets the artillery and the German selector.
It gets the Axis support.
So that might be
Yeah.
where the Panzer IV comes from.
Well,
The one right underneath it, yeah. No, that's the Romanian Panzer IV,
right, which doesn't get Tiger Fear.
which isn't even in here as a choice. Interesting. Okay.
Someone just had a cool mod that they wanted a
Yeah,
picture
that's
of.
what they had a picture of. Cavalry,
checks out.
cavalry. Romanians are not super good at it. They make them move fast. That's all they're really good for.
Yeah, they're expensive transports.
And they slap their butts and let them run off while they go shoot stuff.
Or
Okay.
get shot.
Or get shot. Sure, that works too.
Okay. So, not overly impressed with the German ones, but if you want to do them for flavor, they're good, I guess.
Shit, we're gonna have to incentivize these Axis players into.
Well, let's get through the other book.
Yeah, maybe the other book offers
Yeah,
something
yeah.
more powerful.
So,
I'm not holding out hope.
Well, it's Case Blue. It's a better book.
That's true. You're right.
Maybe that's a poor way to say it. It's a newer book, so it's got more things in mind.
Right.
I should.
Sure.
I don't think Stalingrad's a
Forgot
bad
it's
book.
got
It's not
an
a bad book. It's
Italians and shit in here. Here we go.
it's a poor way to say that.
Sure.
All right,
Okay.
Let's do it.
So, Fodizia Landing Reinforced Platoon.
Hold on. I'm trying to get to
So
mine.
these are
There
the
we go.
Soviet selectors in case Blau.
Yeah, we're back to Soviet.
Soviet in case blue.
I mean, we're not going to talk about the Slovakian list in here at all. You can bring a Slovakian list. It's in here, right?
Yes.
The theater selector part of case blue starts with the Russians.
Right. Yeah, up above there's another platoon selector. That's why I was saying something. But anyway, yeah. The Fedosa Landing. Is that the one we're looking at?
Fodizia.
Yep, so
Fodizia.
LT 2 infantry squads. You do have the 06 here as well.
Yep.
6 more squads, dude.
They also have a 01 assault engineer squad available.
Yeah.
I like that they specifically call it the Dish heavy machine gun rather than just heavy machine gun team.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Well, I think that's an entry in this
It
book.
is.
Yeah.
You have to take that one versus the other ones.
Yeah, it's just a specific.
Yes. No vehicles or transports for this list.
See, and this guy gets it. No units in the selector may purchase Panzerfaust or more than 1 LMG per unit.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
Big fan.
They're really throwing dudes at this one.
We should probably just
Lots of
add
dudes.
that rule
As like a general.
as a general
Like
rule for the
everything's
Soviet.
At least the no Panzerfaust part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both sides,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep, I plan on doing that.
So, just an infantry mob running towards you. So,
Yeah.
The next one is, too. The airborne one is basically the same.
Yeah, but this time it's airborne.
Right. Well, fair.
But yeah.
You get airborne squads.
but exactly
instead
the
of naval
same.
squads. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Well, it's your
Well,
chance to have a lot of
airborne
elite infantry
Stubborn.
as a Russian army.
Stubborn infantry, yeah. Okay.
they have an
that's
airborne elite special rule.
Yep.
That's a great
All
rule.
veteran units in the force instead receive tough fighters and anti-tank grenades for free.
Instead of taking the
That's kind of an interesting rule.
Instead of the rifle
instead of
squad.
that rifle
with
squad.
eight squads.
Well,
you could have up to 8 of these.
your
So
mob-
you'd have to have them veteran. So
Yep.
you wouldn't be. I mean, you might run some regulars as SMGs, right?
Your airborne squad?
You can have SMG squads in here? No, you can't.
No, you can't.
No, you cannot.
No
Yeah,
SMG
you can
squads.
have airborne squads,
Yeah.
scout squads, and assault engineers. That's
Scouts
it.
are fine.
This is a
Scouts are great.
This is a low order dice possibly because it's a lot of points to get
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
all
right
those
there.
guys veteran. But boy,
It could
that's a
be
nasty
interesting.
list. Veteran
You'd,
tough fighters.
You would.
With grenades?
You'd have to work on getting good with your anti-tank grenades, but that could be like a fun challenge.
It could be, yeah.
You can get anti-tank rifle team.
Yeah.
Does that allow you? Does that allow you to have 3 of them in this list?
Well, that's under their artillery though. Sorry.
No, infantry
I'm looking at the
squad.
wrong thing.
It's
I'm looking at the
infantry
wrong thing.
squad.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think it's a 0-3 of what is available. So the 80 AT rifle team, there's a Frontnik AT rifle team, a tank hunter team is allowed, and they have an
anti-tank
anti-tank
rifle.
rifle squad, a 0-1. That's specifically a 0-1. So the others,
Right,
I think
so
you
you-
could 0-3.
Yeah, I'd check out. I think that
I
could
don't
be
know,
a fun
I don't-
list.
It could be really interesting. It's a very opposite of what a normal Soviet list
Yeah.
looks like. Interesting. Okay.
On those Frontniks are the forward deploying ones too.
Oh, those are the anti-tank rifles that are
Yep. The
advanced
forward
deploy.
deploy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those might actually be an interesting choice in this list, too.
Yeah.
Partey.
Fun. Okay. I like that one so far.
And then this Vestapool Coastal Army Reinforced Platoon.
Okay.
Not a lot of interesting stuff, but they finally brought some tanks back in.
Yeah.
Get a tank finally, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It's solid.
Yeah.
Not a lot to say about that one. It's solid though.
Right.
This next one.
It's a yeah.
Yeah.
I left this one off just because it left a bad taste in my mouth.
Really? Okay. Yeah. It's very defensive. You wouldn't want to run at it. But okay.
But you also don't want to run with it.
Yeah.
All right.
So no armored cars, no tanks, no transports.
Lots of sitting there
And,
and getting shot at.
Yes.
This one you actually might struggle to get to your 1250 on.
Well, you get 288s. Or no, 2 Zis-3s.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyways, not in.
This one looks fun.
Is the NKVD motorized reinforced platoon in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks fun.
Let's see.
If you like NKVD squads, it looks really fun.
Yes. I mean, you don't get a armored car, but you can take a BT-7. Who's ever taken a BT-7?
I think I might have seen one once, like when we first started playing.
You
have to upgrade to Fanatic. Or downgrade to Sherpa.
All NKVD units must upgrade to Fanatic.
I mean, this is totally a list you play all NKVD and just go for it.
And all your other lists get to choose. You can spend $12.50 on this list for sure. They have the 0-2 anti-tank team as well. Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's an interesting choice. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, again, the rule adds a little bit to it, So you can play around with Fanatic or Shirker depending upon what you put together. So, yeah.
Yep. I think
Next.
No problem.
The Don Bridgehead.
Oh, hey, it's his brother from Don Volga's brother. It's Don Bridgehead.
Right. Yep, it's the other side.
It's a lot of good infantry.
What are we seeing here that's special?
Okay tank selection.
Yeah.
This looks like a reinforced platoon to me, pretty much.
Pretty close to it, yeah.
With an extra infantry and the bonus anti-tank team.
Yeah.
Yep, nothing objectionable to me in there.
Looks good.
Tranche caucus is pretty much the same dish.
Okay. That's also allowed?
I thought I read that as trains caucuses, and I got excited that there's going to be one of those armored train lists.
Wait, no.
No.
Yeah, well, hang on.
Oh, it is.
This is the train list. Are you
totally
letting this
missed
in?
how many trains.
It's on the list.
I think you should let this in just for fun.
So you can have train cars in this list.
Yep. So someone needs to bring their tracks.
Yeah, you got to bring the tracks. We're not providing tracks.
You got to go from your table edge to adjacent table edge.
Yeah, before deployment, if the Soviet player has one or more train cars, they must place a length of track on the board stretching from the table edge to an adjacent table edge. Are all of our tables going to be able to accommodate this?
Don't know. Call Jeff over if you do it.
Make sure you've got turns in your track.
Yep.
Don't make it straight.
Yep. Make sure you got the right kinds of track, and then call me over if you need help.
Have a bucket of tracks. Dewey Cat has some nice tracks you can print out.
Or get a friend to print out if you don't own a printer.
Or yours is currently not working.
Exactly.
Yep. Oh my goodness! Okay,
I will not provide tracks, so if you want to do this, you got to bring your own track.
This could potentially limit the boards that you're able to deploy onto. Just as an
but
FYI.
a good thing
so
at
be prepared
SNAFU
for
is
that.
it's a good thing at SNAFU is you get to pick your locations.
Yeah, so all of you train players, once we get that Discord rolling, you might want to find out how many of you there are. So, bonus points if your train moves on the track.
Oh yeah,
Sure. Yeah. That would be awesome. 06 train cars. Have fun. Yeah, it's staying there.
All right.
love it.
Little Saturn shouldn't be on there.
Skipping the armored
That's
platoon, skipping the little Saturn.
Yeah, that should be an armored. That's an armored platoon. Oh, Little Saturn infantry platoon.
That can
There
go.
we
Okay.
That's fine. Nothing objectionable in there. I don't see.
It's fairly standard.
Yeah, that looks pretty standard.
It's just pretty much like the rest
Those
of them.
are boy, that's a tough word.
Ozareka?
Sure. Nothing in there looks too objectionable.
Two M3 Stewards, possibly.
God,
Yeah.
I hate those damn things.
All right. Highlighting changing to red.
So that's out.
2 M3 Stewarts. You know,
We want people to have fun.
I'd rather see trains.
I'd rather see trains than M3 Stewarts.
all right, fuck this one.
If you feel like we're being mean to your Stewarts, we are.
Yes.
There's a billion other tournaments you can play Stewarts in.
All right, next.
Cubans? Oh, no.
Cuban reinforced platoon.
Squad,
Looks fine.
Looks fun. Some of that hot Lend-Lease action with, like, a Valentine or, a Lee.
Valentine, don't they get a British tank?
Lend-Lease, baby.
You,
I thought the Lend-Lease was Shermans and stuff.
Well,
but I guess,
by bolt action, the Lend-Lease is only Stewarts.
we got the Lee, the Stewart, the Valentine, the Sherman.
It's got a
all
Stewart on
here.
this one finally.
Yeah. We kicked the one that allowed 2 Stewarts in. So,
Oh,
but
okay, fine.
kicked it to the
yeah,
curb.
this one looks pretty. I mean,
Get it out of
yeah,
here.
it's just
It's
with all the
fine.
tanks, so that's fine.
It's got a Sherman.
We,
It's fun.
We let the tanks or the train list in too. So
Yeah, baby, it should.
But I did sell them. I'm not bringing track. They have to bring their own track.
Must bring at least 3 feet of track.
no, has to reach the edge of the board.
Yep.
Adjacent to adjacent,
Yes.
so it's short to long.
Oh, sure, okay. Well, okay, we're gonna have to talk about how that
Wait,
works.
short to long or? Oh yeah, I mean these have to
It's gotta
deploy
be
it.
adjacent, yeah.
It's got to be adjacent. That's kind of how
Okay.
those work. Unless you have a really weird rectangle.
Short to long.
Short edge to long edge.
Okay.
Or long edge to
Because
short
they have
edge,
to be
depending.
adjacent. Or long.
I mean, it's train
Yes.
tracks. They don't have a direction on them. They just,
Right.
I said they needed to bring
Okay.
curves so that they had more flexibility in which boards it's going to work on. So
Yeah. So it's bringing like their whole train set with them.
All right, let's see if we got an exciting German list in here.
There's a couple.
You guys want to take money on this?
I might have cheated and looked ahead a little.
Then there's the Fedosia Defense
All right.
Force. Alarm squads again. Remember
yeah,
those
but
guys?
you can take Pioneer squads if you don't like them.
You can just take
Perfect.
4 Pioneer squads, which you could do in a
You take
reinforced
5
platoon.
Pioneer squads if you want. I mean, total.
Yes, sir, you can.
well, this first one prerequisite is 1 infantry squad and 1 artillery gun.
Yep.
That's kind of
Medium or
interesting.
heavy
actually.
artillery
Medium or
gun,
heavy.
too.
Yeah.
None of this light crap.
So, and you get 0-2 artillery
So
addition.
it's 3 artillery.
So possibly 3 artillery.
3
You
heavies.
could theoretically
Jesus,
have
that'd
3
be-
heavy artillery pieces.
The
that's
Romanians
I
can do
mean,
that
why
too.
you would do that, I don't know, but you could.
So
Because you like pie.
'Cause you like pie.
I'm kind of thumbs upping this one.
I think it's okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's fine.
it doesn't have any tanks. So.
Right.
Right, that is your tanks. Yeah,
It is the
Yep.
brute squad.
right. Interesting.
Infantry.
46th Infantry Defense Force.
All right.
Solid.
fine.
It's fine.
No tanks
I
again.
don't see anything wrong with that.
No, yeah, it's
there's nothing
fine.
super exciting about
yeah,
it
don't.
either,
You
but-
don't
Yeah, there's
wanna take
nothing
it, though.
super exciting, but if you want to, if you want to bring all your Pioneer squads,
But you could do that in a reinforced. I guess if you have 6 squads.
exactly.
Sure.
You want to bring that 6th squad
That
Bring
one,
that 6th squad and be on theme. And
this
be
one
in-
goes to
and
11.
be on theme. That's right.
Yeah, yeah, you're on theme. Yeah,
I like the trains. I'm more excited about that.
I'm
stuff.
more excited about the trains as well. But
All right.
sure.
So
Sevastopol Assault Reinforced Platoon.
Um,
Yeah.
well,
I don't see anything bad.
That's fine.
I mean, they let the Goliath. They got the Goliath here.
That's
Yeah,
right.
got bringing in the Goliath, bringing in the heavy hitters.
We did have a Goliath take something out. So
that's the only one in history.
Of the entire war, like the real war, actually.
Both bolt action and real, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
all right.
These are both the next 2 are armor platoons.
Yeah, maybe I'll
Yeah.
buff up that Goliath a little bit. Think about that.
Yeah, figure out how to make that a better choice.
Rasta.
Make it as good as the bomb
Armored
dogs.
platoon.
Damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Something, or at least on par with bomb dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandenburgers reconnaissance, was that one in?
Brandenburgers?
Yeah, the Brandenburger squad.
Yeah.
Does it get any special rules?
Well, it gets a second armored car.
It
Nice.
doesn't get anything else. It's just...
Well,
these
so
are
it's 2
different
armored
Brandenburgers,
cars.
right? Yeah. No tanks.
But a lot of
But
Brandenburgers.
a lot
But a lot
of
of- yeah.
Brandenburgers.
I don't know. Are those the different ones?
No. I don't... they in this... did they republish them in this book? Or they still only exist in that one place?
Let me look.
There's 3 references to this squad. Nope.
I'm checking too.
There's definitely a reference to them.
I mean, they're...
Yeah, but they don't have a unit. They don't have a unit. entry
Okay,
here.
because they're listed a little bit differently, but...
Yeah, that's what I was confused by.
So standard, bog standard, Brandenburger squads then. Yep, they're not here, so they're not a new German unit.
Brandenburgers were in Germany strikes.
Yeah, that's not worth taking 5-6 squads of them. It's dumb.
I mean, it's kind of hilarious.
No, you only net. It's just hysterical because I played against one at World Open War and it was an absolute fucking pain in the ass, and because they were on the table is why my beloved Dacus Stewart took out a Gurkha squad. I mean, granted, he didn't take out any squads, but
I'm telling you, man.
There's
Brandenburgers are all about panache.
there's a question there. From the rules that I've read, they don't have to be on the table.
that's correct.
Right.
Like, they just have to be in your army selection.
Yes.
So, wow, this one's got what are the Crad Schusen squads? What are those again?
Aren't those the motorcycle guys?
Those are the motorcycle guys. That's why I recognize their name. Okay.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I think they look cool.
There needs to be more special rules to this army for it to be exciting. Like, why am I bringing all these fucking... Because they're all fanatics. Aren't Brandenburgers fanatics? Yeah, they are.
Because you can...
Yeah, well, there are lots of
because
stuff.
you can take your Russian army and say they're Brandenburgers. Because,
Right.
they're wearing their uniforms. And
Right.
have some fun with it.
Right.
This is a style army. You take this one because you want style.
Yeah.
Sure. You take two 8-rads.
Yeah.
Sure. Something. It's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
Okay. Edelweiss?
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 I think it's Edelweiss.
Oh.
Isn't that a flower?
Yes.
It is a flower. Yeah, a little white flower.
Yep.
You can get some Waffen SS
Viking?
Some Gebirgsjäger.
Yeah.
So,
It's fun.
yeah, they can be fanatics. They're tank hunters. They have the Sisu rule. Sisu.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So they automatically promote to a better,
They can do
higher
that.
quality when they reach 50% strength.
Oh, that's right.
And Gerbjagers can take the Mountaineer special roll for +1.
Which is sad that
The
they
fuck?
don't just get it.
They don't have it? The early war ones don't?
Apparently not.
That's a joke.
Well, it is what it is.
They're still learning how to climb, I
Right.
guess.
They're still learning how to climb mountains. I mean, it could
Okay.
be fun.
You gotta learn to throw ropes before you can
It's
climb.
got better selection. That could be a fun list. It's got better selections.
Yeah, yeah,
Or more variety in selections, I guess I should say.
right.
Panzer Corps, we're skipping armored platoons. Millerovo?
Milarovo? That sounds right.
Gebirgsjäger, Vikings. An 88 is a... Jesus. Okay. Required 88. All right.
That sounds like fun.
Yep. You can get another
Bring a
one,
second
too.
88 because, well, I have one and you can have two at twice the price.
Math checks out on that.
I mean, that could be fun. If you
Yeah.
like the dual 88s.
What are stragglers?
Oh, that's... Oh, God, what is that? That's one of the... That's one of the new squads in this one. So you remember,
They're exactly what they sound like.
they're pretty
stragglers.
crap,
Right.
but they're cheap.
Yeah, I was going to say cheap infantry.
Yep.
Cheap crap.
Cheap crap. You can get a Stug. That's
They were
fine.
wrong.
So the stragglers are 5 guys for 30 points. You can add up to 5 unarmed at 3 points each and experienced. They have the option to be regular. They're malnourished and frostbitten.
Oh, God.
Anytime a run order is successfully given to the unit of stragglers, after resolving their movement, add a pin to represent their flailing strength.
Oh.
Oofta.
And
It's
you can add
depressing.
malnourished and frostbitten. That's a horrible name for a special
right?
rule, but it describes what's going on.
It says what it is on the tin for sure.
And so it's also got the unarmed rule, which unarmed men neither shoot nor attack in close quarters. Their only
Just-
value is as casualties.
Just meat.
Oofta.
Okay. Frozen meat.
30-point order dice.
Jeez Louise, that's a brutal one. Okay.
Yep.
A 30-point order dice is not nothing. When you got 288s on the table,
Yep.
I'm sure you're getting all your stuff.
No, I don't see anything wrong with that list.
No, that's a very playable, but again, nothing super exciting.
Or Osric, whatever. Babe, it's a hard one.
Yeah,
to
I
say.
gotcha. The Azrika?
required artillery.
Azrika, something like that.
Oh, you can have the 3 big guns in this one. Oof.
Yeah,
Oof.
you could get a heavy and 288s in this
Yes,
one.
you could.
Yeah, no tanks, of course,
No
or
tanks, though,
No
yeah.
tanks, yeah.
or armored cars. So
Yep. It's not terrible. Not great, not terrible.
You can get a Pioneer squad, I guess. Like, it's not. He has some decently good troop choices
Yep.
at least, I
Yep.
guess.
Not
it's
great, not
it's a
terrible.
gun line, pretty static.
It's gun line. Yep.
It's very gunliney. Get a captain or a major, shoot all your guns.
Right.
Pew pew pew. Or put them all in ambush. That's more important.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah. All right, that's fine. I was about to check out this Cuban reinforced platoon. Oh, excuse me, Kuban.
Kuban. The coupon?
Isn't that the special? It's cafeteria today?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty solid.
The Cuban,
Pretty
sure.
similar to a reinforced platoon,
Yeah.
actually.
Yep.
Yeah, it needs a.
Just,
And then the, the elite mountaineers again.
yeah. Just take the late war ones because I think they get it. Don't they? Gerbesjäger have to have the Mountaineer.
You'd sure
rule,
think so.
right?
I'd have to go check, but you'd sure think so.
Gosh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, it seems fine. It's
Yeah.
pretty
I'm
vanilla.
underwhelmed by every German list so far, but
yeah, it's. I mean, it's vanilla ice cream. It's fine.
yeah.
Did-
All right.
Italians.
Italians next.
This looks like a reinforced with an extra dude.
Yeah.
Just an extra troop choice.
Yep.
Plus, you can take the special rules from this book.
That's
Yeah.
really good actually.
That's the more important
Yes, it
thing,
is.
actually. Yeah. Let's get the destruction group.
Yeah.
It's got 0-1. Yeah, it's fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, here's the one.
Keys.
Here's the next one. It's the good one.
The Cavalleria.
Get you six
Horse,
cavalry
horse,
squads.
cavalry. Arena.
Horse.
Get you the horse artillery
Yeah.
too.
It's a horse of horse.
3
horse
medium
of horse.
machine gun teams because that's what I'm going to take.
2
In this
artillery.
list, yeah. Jeez. Oh, yeah. I guess it's light or the horse artillery. It's not you get a lot of choices here.
You can put him on a horse, or you can put him on a horse.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
You're taking this for 6 squads of cavalry.
Yep.
yeah, you're
100%.
taking. Yeah, you want the 6 squad. Yeah.
And your artillery.
Yep.
Even your light artillery, basically.
Yep.
So
Even if it's the lights,
Yeah.
it's still good. Okay.
I mean, you got to spend the points somewhere. So
Exactly.
you might have to take the 3 MMG teams too
You might have to just to make
for 1,200.
To get to 12. To get to 12.
At veteran.
So
Yeah.
I'm bringing a bunch of empty transport trucks. In case my horses get tired, the guys can ride in the truck. The horses can ride in the truck. Can the horse shoot a machine gun? I don't know. I'll teach him.
Hey.
All right.
I heard yay. All right.
Alpini. Okay.
10 squads of Alpini.
Good Lord, that's a lot of peony.
And they get that special. What's the special rule the Alpini get? Does it get stubborn in this one?
Touch it, it gets hard.
Whoa!
Oh,
Got
shit.
late.
I'm sorry.
You didn't mute on that one, did you?
You did not.
No, for sure not. Well, you were talking about Alpini.
So
sorry.
Alpinis can gain stubborn and mountaineer special rules.
I'm still trying to figure out why Alpini
squads
inspires
gain
that.
Stubborn. Gain stubborn veteran HQ officers, modeled, gain stubborn, and mountaineers. I don't know.
They have it or they don't get it? What? No.
All right, so the Italian special rule, Abadere. Alpini squads gain stubborn special rule. Veteran HQ units, officers, medics, forward observers, modeled as Alpini, gain stubborn and mountaineer special rules.
Oh, so their HQs get mountaineers. Okay.
Sure.
If they're modeled.
Provided you modeled,
if they're modeled
as Alpini.
Yeah. So whip out your Alpini
And throw it right
throw
at
them right
them.
down through the rough ground.
All frickin' 10 of them.
All 10 frickin' squads of them.
Yeah.
And they can get us Stug 3.
Nice.
All veteran, so you could do. You mean you could fill your entire list with just Alpini?
Yeah.
Quite the sausage party.
10 fucking squads.
Yeah, it's
impressive. That is a lot of Pini.
It's an impressive Alpini
That is a
for
lot
sure.
of Pini.
That's the full Alpini.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean I like that list just because you have so.
I like it because you just got all your
single
Pini
platoon.
everywhere.
Yeah, and it'll be a funny joke.
Constantly.
Yeah, never stop.
stop.
All
I'm really
right.
trying not to add to this. So
All right.
Hunger gets in the mix here.
Hungarian?
Yeah.
Looks solid.
They're not
Bicycle
that- they're not that
infantry
hungry.
sections. Look at that.
Eh,
Well, nothing about the Hungarian army is impressive.
that
I
was
tried to
not
play it several times.
not impressive. Armored platoon.
Yeah, but they got. I mean, I like the look of the Hungarian tanks, the Toldi 2. I think it looks cool.
They do look cool. I agree.
The Toldi 1 in the armored car, the Sabas look cool. This is another like flare army. You taking Hungarians because they look cool.
Flavor.
That's why I played my Zerini.
Yep. So nothing over broken about them. They should definitely get in here.
you let in this armor platoon
No. Why?
We're not letting any armored platoons in.
because someone could play with a bunch of Nimrods.
Oh, that is pretty fun.
Oh, put them against the Paninis.
Yeah, I'll see your Peonies and answer with my Nimrods.
The sandwiches? You're going to put a bunch of sandwiches on the table
Yes,
now?
absolutely.
Sandwich paninis. All right.
Alpini.
Okay. No, these are a lot of because nobody's gonna take that. They're gonna take the Panzer 4F.
Yeah.
They're gonna take 4 of those. That's your whole army. That's too close to a normal.
As I
armored
recall, the
platoon.
Nimrod is pretty fucking solid as a
I think
choice.
it's open top.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it is open
It
top.
is open top.
Doesn't have like 4 autocannons.
Oh, it's some. Yeah,
I forget what a Nimrod hit. Maybe just one, but either way, it's good. But it is open top.
this is Hungary, right? Hungary.
Yeah, Hungarian Nimrod.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go look it
No,
up.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Armor
We're not-
platoon.
we're
We're
not
not
doing
letting it in.
platoons,
No.
so yeah, we're not.
Yeah,
doing
we're
armored
not letting that
platoons.
one in. Not a chance.
Romanian Mountain Corps. Well, that's 8 squads. That's cool.
A lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes. Can bring an automatic cannon. That's about it.
Yeah, no special rules. That's too bad.
It's fine. Not great, not terrible.
Yeah, I guess we are in the minor factions here.
Third Army. I mean, looks like a pretty basic reinforced platoon with an extra squad.
Yep.
Just a theater selected, restricted by what was in the theater.
Yep. Coastal
Right.
defense, same deal. Oh, you get 2 guns, I guess, but they have to be.
Well, one of your prerequisites is an artillery
So you
piece.
have 3 guns. It's not terrible.
Gun line for the Hungarians.
And well, again, does this replace the actual rules of the reinforced platoon?
You're wondering if
Oh,
get
you could
German
have
in a
4.
fourth?
Romanians gets an additional.
Well, this isn't.
artillery
This is
piece for
Romania
free.
now. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you could German in a 4th.
and you could
Yep.
you could get a free one, and then you could German in a 5th.
What free one? Oh yeah, Romania gets
Romania
a free.
gets a free artillery piece.
Yep.
Oh man.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm fine with
because you
gun
could
lines.
do.
Um,
I mean, it's a lot of guns.
it's a lot of guns.
I don't think there's
'Cause
really
you could
any
bring
way
in-
to stop that.
No, not without stopping
without
the
having-
Romanian from getting
yeah,
their
no
special
Romanians.
rules.
Yeah, that's
right? Because you could have an 88, you could have a heavy, and then you could have, 2 more heavies? Yeah, you could have 2 more heavies. So you could have four giant things that are scary.
I mean, that's...
well,
that's
just go
cool.
down.
Right until you roll all ones
And
and miss.
Well, right. And then you could have a medium as well. Medium or a heavy anti-tank gun. That's fun. I don't know. I like some of this shit.
What do we think?
I'm fine with it.
I think it's just going to be gunliney if people want to make a bunch of...
Well, Romanians can do gunline anyway.
They can do it
Exactly.
without... You're right. Yeah. This is actually not that different from... The only difference is...
All right.
You get an extra gun or two.
I mean, we're kind of letting... Yeah. Yeah. I mean...
We're letting
trains in, and there can be six units of cav running around, so...
The alternative is that this list takes... for their German selector, takes a tank, because they can't get a tank in this list.
A tank and 4 heavies. All right.
So
that's going to be a lot of points right there. So
that's their whole army. Yeah. No, you couldn't get as many. You can only get 3 heavies and a medium.
The other question here, this is Romanian. Romanians do have different army special rules in this book.
Oh, they do.
Well, yeah, you can take them or stick with the
Okay.
core.
It does say you can choose between the two. Okay. Interesting.
Well, actually, you know what? I guess I would say if you're doing a theater selector from this book, you ought
use the
to
rules
take the
from this
special
book.
rules.
Shit,
yeah.
what are their special rules? In this?
They have
Garbage
improvised
in this
AT, lead from the fronts of their office, and flank attack. Cavalry and mountain divisions.
Don't suffer the minus one.
flank. And hardy soldiers.
Man, you just pooped in my cereal there.
Yep, that's what we do.
Yep. Well,
I'll take a normal reinforced platoon. Thank you very much.
yeah. Well, it is a little bit of a balancing, so there aren't five guns.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, only 4. It's fine. It's no big deal.
Right. 4
no
instead of
free.
5.
Yeah, so that's
That balances
It's
it
balanced.
better.
That's a
It's
little more balanced. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
So we're okay with that?
Yeah.
You're good?
Yep.
Yeah, if we make them use the reinforced platoon rules from
Yep.
here, that's
And
probably.
I mean,
better.
that should be standard for everybody's army.
I think that's how we're
Yep.
playing. Or all the other ones, like the Italians, want to use them.
The
from
Italians
this
want
book,
to use them from this book, absolutely.
100%.
We got Slovakian theater selector.
All right, what do they got?
Nothing.
Well, it's a
just
generic
a
reinforced
normal.
platoon and a mobile division, which
Oh, it's just an additional infantry slot, essentially.
basically, yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
a good majority of theater selectors, that's
Yeah,
what they
exactly. They're almost all
Right.
like an extra infantry squad, and then like restrictions to show you what was present.
some of the Soviet ones in the other book were a little bit more. They had a little more stuff going on.
Right. Some of the Stalingrad Soviet lists
'cause allies.
are a little wonky, but I think that's been established for the last 8 years that they're a little wonky.
So, are both sides able to have access to trains then?
Just the one theater selector had it.
Yeah, just the
so
Soviet theater selector had it.
So just the Soviets can get trains. The Germans have no access to trains.
I didn't see one in any of the theaters.
Nope.
Lame. Okay.
So. Lots of things are lame,
Yeah.
but
I know. I'm just foreseeing the unbalancing of our teams because people want to play.
Well,
cool
here's
shit.
the thing. I'm perfectly fine if you want to play a train list as a German and just say you're all Brandenburgers. I mean, that's fine. Like, you jack the train, that's fine. If you're desperate to play a train list, we'll make it work.
I'm just more concerned about the same thing we had this year, where more people were on one side than the other by a lot.
Where is it? Does Germany strikes the trains first show
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, that's where the rules for German trains are.
Yeah, we'll just discuss whether or not that sneaks in here.
So-
Yeah, maybe.
Well, and here's funny enough. So Ostfront, which is what this same time period covers, there's actually a Japanese theater selector in there from '39
Okay.
when they actually fought the Russians at the beginning of the
sure,
war,
sure,
and then
yeah.
that's what made the pact that they wouldn't engage after that. So there you go. You want your Japanese army? This is how they get in. You don't have to play the theater, but there's evidence that they were present.
Okay.
Granted, it's not the same front that this is, but still.
Right.
In the book, I'll count them.
Sure. Okay.
All right. Well,
that was all of them.
that's cool. That's what we've gone through. If anything else comes up, we'll let everybody know. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody will ask, what about this one?
And we'll look at it and let you know.
Yeah.
And let everyone else know what it
Exactly.
is.
Right. Because there's only a few books with lots of shit inside them. So I'm excited. It'll be fun. As always.
Very cool.
Cool. All right. There's our update for Operation SNAFU. Pat, you got another thing to talk about that you've apparently been working on in the background.
Was it in the background? I didn't tell you guys about it?
Well, is this the one related to Renegade?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yes, you have
So
it.
he's been working it in the front
Okay.
ground.
Front and the back, yeah.
With my Lance
Oh, with your
Corporal.
Alpini.
This is getting late, guys.
It's after midnight. You can't
All right.
stop me.
Did someone feed
Yeah,
you?
the FCC says it's okay after midnight. So
All right, so
Anyway.
mark your calendars. I know this has bounced around, but it is finally locked in. April 27th and 28th, in conjunction with Renegade Open, we'll be holding the Minnesota State Bolt Action Championship Grand Tournament 2024. Sledgehammer 2 is in effect.
there you go.
Well, shit.
So
You're going to have to run at least 2 more tournaments, Pat. I don't think I can make this one.
really?
Dude, we're going out of town like the next weekend.
You go out of town all the time.
With my family. Not without my family. Going out of town without
Wasn't
my
that
family.
a movie?
Maybe.
Not Without My Family?
Yeah, it's probably
Lifetime.
starring
Lifetime movie.
Liam Neeson.
Oh, no, it's Not Without My Daughter. That's what it was.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not this. But
Okay,
yeah,
so
I'm just
for
traveling
people
too
who
much,
aren't going out of town with Rick,
which is all of you guys will be, but
we're bumping it to 1125 requisition points.
yep.
Weird number, I know, but for the longest time, 1,000 points and 1250 was like the staple, and then now all the tournaments since World Open War has switched to 1,100 points have all kind of gone to 1,100 points. So I'm like, well, let's just bump the needle one more just to make it
Different.
You can't take that same list you've been running at 1,100 points. It's just give you something else to
Love
think
it.
about.
You can't go look at the WTC or the World Open War lists and just take one of them.
Yes, correctly. Capping at 18 order dice in the bag. You can have any number of units you want to. It will be a single reinforced platoon. No armored platoons, no theater selectors, just single reinforced platoon.
Cool.
Still fleshing out the players pack. Some things that I'm bouncing off right now. I know Rick and we got wrapped up in a Discord conversation at one point, and I made a flippant comment, and you're like, anything. And I'm like, that's really a good idea. So what if
Oh, God.
the Germans got a free veteran MMG?
It's a thing.
For what now? For your tournament?
Yeah.
As their one of their special rules?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot. I think I wouldn't complain. It's
So
a dice in the bag.
it's it's not quite 100 points, but it's a unit. It's themey.
It's a dice in the bag.
Free unit.
So more kicking around on that, and then try to decide what I want to do with the God Help Me Italian special rules. And I'm leaning towards, if you're taking the Italian Death Cav, you have to take the special rule out of that book, out of Case Blue.
Isn't that the ones you want anyway?
Well, so what I've done in the past is I've dumped Avante Savoia for Axis support, which is really strong.
Right.
I may
Sure.
not be doing that anymore.
I don't think you should be doing that anymore.
So I think these new rule options are pretty good,
Yep.
and I think we're going to say
Oh,
you
yeah.
can do the Case Blue, and that's okay.
I think that's the replacement for you doing your own set. Is there's a new set you can use? I think that's still reasonable. That's a
So-
decently good Italian
Yes, it
rules
is.
for finally. Cool. I look forward to the idea of whatever the Germans get.
So more information to come on that. I need to reach out to Warlord and start getting the prize thing going and whatnot. At some point in here, we might get a chance to talk to some of those Warlord guys. Marcus wanted to do something about the new structure of whatever's going on with this. I guess I'll find out more as I ask him. So,
Okay.
but they're still supporting tournaments.
Sure.
So
Yep.
there's that. It sounds like there might be a different way they're doing it. Like last year, I had to specifically pick exactly what I wanted up to a set MSRP value.
Sure.
This year, it might be like you could take Group A or Group B. I don't know. I'm sure I'll talk to him at some point and we'll figure it out.
Just find out. Doesn't feel worthy of a podcast episode, but it's a topic in itself. But maybe it is. Maybe there's something there that I'm missing. But cool. All right. Well, there's all the stuff. Join us for Sledgehammer if you can make it. Where will they find tickets, Pat?
That is in the works.
Okay.
As is the finalizing on the price. We need to secure the venue's final costing if they're honoring Renegade's last year price or if inflation.
Yeah.
And this will be at the Game Center in Roseville, Minnesota.
It's a nice venue.
It's a nice venue. It's not. There's no on-site hotel. I realized you had out-of-towners and stuff like that. But I'll try and find a nicer place. It sounds like some of the guys who came up last year kind of had ended up at a very seedy hotel.
It's kind of one of those hit or miss areas.
It's a hit or miss area.
Yeah.
There might be some decent spots, but actually, oddly enough, I went in the mall up there. Holy shit, dude! That mall's actually really nice. I was very confused.
Rosedale's a great mall.
Yeah.
So I think if your hotels are on the mall side, but if you're south of that, you kind of.
We'll have a few hotel
getting
recommendations. Let's just say that.
You're getting too close to the state fairgrounds. It gets
Right?
a little bit sketchy. Yeah. Sure.
You're being asked to throw stuff over fences for people.
What? For real? Was that a thing?
You didn't hear about that? Like
No.
the last state fair?
Oh.
Yeah. Somebody threw weapons over the fence for someone that was already inside.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Sounds
I love
about
the
right.
state
America.
fair.
Until people started shooting. And then I started shooting.
Well, yeah, shooting kind of
Limit
wrecks
your
everything.
shooting to the
Yeah, kind of does ruin everything.
limit your shooting to the carnival games, would you please?
Yeah. Yeah, right. Not your gun, though. Use their guns.
Yes. Like, I got this covered. Whoa, wait a minute. You got to use the little cork popper here, buddy.
A little BB gun. Fun. Looking forward to it. I don't think I can swing a 2-day tournament at that point, but just because of travel. But we'll talk.
Can I get your schedule for the rest of the year so I can plan?
No, because it's no. If I could have my schedule for the rest of the year, that'd be great. It's just got to build up those points, and I'm using them all for one of our guy weekends away. So
Yep, I get that.
and we chose that one first. I didn't even know this was the dates for this one until just now.
I didn't know the dates until today.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I know that they were trying to figure that
Oh,
out.
crap.
And they
I'm going to
bounced
be out of
around.
town too.
What's that?
What?
Shoot. Oh, there you go.
Well, I'm capped at 32 players, so. Jeff, is your train going to be out of town?
You're not going to like this, but my sister's getting married that weekend, so.
Wow.
This is the Pat tournament. We can't even compete. Shit.
I can certainly bring my train to you before that.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Okay.
my sister's getting married. I'll be in Baltimore, so.
I think that's.
So
I'm
Jeff
out.
will not be repeating
I will
this
not
year.
be repeating this year. I want to let someone else win.
Yeah, that's going to be... unfortunately, that's just the way it works out sometimes.
Lovely. Wow.
We'll chat. Everyone will chat.
No, so they're running a part 1, part 2. I'll see if I could possibly get flopped. That's not going to help you, Rick, because I think it flops later. Not like a flop sack. But
Depends when it flops, though.
yeah.
Like, right, because this is like literally like the weekend before we go to town. Right?
What are you
No. Wait, we're going out of town in February.
What are you talking about?
Hold on. Jesus Christ, I'm getting my months all mixed up.
I'm trying to.
right
You
now.
keep
Holy
talking
cow.
like we're going somewhere, and I'm looking at my calendar. What the fuck am I going somewhere with?
Like
Rick?
we're going somewhere way sooner than this. Oh
You're freaking
Jesus!
me the fuck out here. I've been in my calendar the last
is
10
April.
minutes
This isn't
figuring out
in
what
2
you're
weeks.
talking about.
Yeah, this isn't in 2 weeks. Yeah, this is a ways away.
Jesus Christ,
jeez.
did I agree to something?
3
Because I
months.
got to go to my sister's wedding. I can't.
Okay, well maybe I will. I just assumed I couldn't go. Apparently, I probably should reconsider that. I might get to go, Pat. I have no idea yet. We'll find out.
I
ask
might
my
as well. Right around late April, early May is when I'm gone. So I'll have to check the dates for sure. So
Sure.
Okay, and I'll check because I know they're, like I said, they're running a part 1, part 2 on 2 different weekends, and I'm not sure if I have a flexibility to flip to one of those or the other.
You don't want to be with the 40Kers.
Well, I think it's 40Kers or
Kings
just
of
as
War.
bad. Yeah, I know it wouldn't be Kings of War. They don't hang with the Kings of War guys. I forget which. I'll find out more information.
Yeah.
But right now, that's where it's tentatively
All right.
slated. The format's there, and yeah, more to follow. Try and get information out as it becomes available.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
Cool.
And if you have any questions, snafupodcast2017@gmail.com. I will have a tournament on the books. I will start looking at that on a regular basis.
Or
So.
Discord as well, if you're already there.
Some people are Discord. I'll even try to do something on Facebook. Jesus, that's so tough.
It's not tough. It's just remembering to do it. Is the
Remembering to do it and then running across stupid anti-tank rifle questions.
Yep.
There's that.
Cool.
It's got to have a pen value listed. You sons of. All right, I'm done.
Well, then look, get us out of here, Pat. I'm
All
ready
right,
to go.
this is SNAFU.
all right, guys, have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
It's never
Okay. Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
Wow. That's hot.
Just gonna leave that in.
That is the Bird Squad.
Whenever
All
you're
right.
ready.
Yeah, when we're ready.